Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're all doing well and you guys are having a wonderful 2024. Hello, everyone. Sorry about the slight delay. I just needed to go and get some water and stuff. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy New Year, and I hope you have survived the first 7 days. So I'm going to give it a couple of minutes until more of you all join me. Let me go do the everyone. I don't see anyone yet. All right. Just a moment. Oh, okay. I see more of you all coming in. All right. I think it's just lagging a little. All right. Hi, Dawn. Good morning, Karen. And yes, perfect. Hi, Nimit. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Shannon. I hope you guys have survived the first 7 days, 6 days for a lot of y'all in the US. 7 days of the new year. Hi, Stephanie. Good to see all of y'all. I hope you all are excited about today's topic. Again, it's a divine feminine centric topic, and I think it has been due for a while. I think probably 2 years ago, I may have done something similar to this, but again, you know what? It just gets harder, it just gets tougher, and the strategies has to keep evolving as well. So that's why I thought perfect topic for the start of the year. Hi, Nicole. Don says boo. Hello, Moni. Good to see you. So, are you guys all excited about today's topic? Firstly, I have to thank you all for your kindest tips. I really, really appreciate that, and I'm really, really grateful for that. So, thank you all for your kind and generous tips, and it helps me spend more time to produce content. I'm really grateful for that. Also, guys, the 13 January 13/1 portal is not far away. So I've got the 13/1 portal healing, and there are only limited spots available. So do check out the link. I'll highly recommend it. So again, the healing is done over video call, or you can opt it to be done remotely as well. But book your spot, guys, because the 13/1 portal is a very, very unique portal. It's the 13/1 Twin Flames Infinity portal. And that is the day where you are literally open to the 13th dimension. And that is the dimension of the split. And that is the dimension where the material and anti material worlds meet. Oh, Rebecca, yes, sleeping nonstop. Oh, MJ, so lovely and happy to see you. And Dawn is too tired. So yes, guys. So the 13/1 portal is going to be a really, so just like we have got the Lionsgate portal and stuff. The unique thing about the 13/1 portal is that it's really set to bring you up to that space where it all started, like the origin of your soul, the origin of your split. Like it really brings you to that moment and inspires you to completely transform yourself, your twin flame connection, and all of the magic that happens along with it. So I would highly, highly recommend you guys get the healing, and here's the link to the healing. Also, hi Rachel, so good to see you. And Rachel says hi to everyone. In fact, everyone's saying hi to everyone as well. Oh, Karen saying highly recommend Vaishnavi's healing if you haven't yet. Thanks, Karen. Thank you so much for that. All right. So again, guys, how has your new year been? Have you guys all been excited? So what has the general energies been like? So collectively, it has been such that you may be experiencing a lot of fatigue, heartburn. So you may have felt that your heart has been really, really heavy the last couple of days, and it has just intensified, and you probably starting to feel a little calm like since yesterday. But the reason for this is that the transition from 2023 to 2024, so from 7 to 8, Basically, 2024 is the year of the eight, the year of the infinity symbol, the year of abundance. It's also the year of the dragon. So it's a very, very auspicious and mystical year. And I also predicted a couple of months ago that this is going to be the year of the highest number of twin flame unions that you will ever see collectively. Yes, Dawn, and also you may be experiencing migraine, heaviness in your heart. So, a lot of heart, crown chakra is being affected at the moment. Amy is saying yes. I told him yesterday that I felt sad and had a heavy heart. So hence that's why today's topic is actually inspired by what is going on as well. So I'm sitting down and thinking, oh, what topic should I do? And I realized, okay, this will be the right one to do, especially for the start of the year. Oh, Amy, I'm so glad you're feeling better. And so, one of those things that causes the most amount of pain and suffering in this world, in your existence, is the twin flame separation. Again, twin flame separation is something that cannot be expressed or defined in words, like the feelings and emotions that come along with it. Karen is saying my lower body and tight hip are so sore. Yes, so you may be also experiencing physical ailments since the year started. Guys, don't worry, everything will be all right and things will get better. Just take good care of yourselves. There is definitely a root chakra activation that's happening as well. That's why the hip area is affected, but all for the good. A lot of downloads are coming in as we are building up to the energies of the 13-1 Infinity Twin Flame Portal. So you would notice like a clear shift in everything. So the the 13-1 portal will last for 13 days, and the miracle and magic behind it is that you will start to see things more clearly. Like you will suddenly get this awakening and awareness to what this journey is about, where you're on, and you will start getting glimpses of the past, present, future, everything. You'll be getting more vivid dreams. So, you guys would really, really look forward to this portal because this one is going to change your life like completely. And that's why January is such a significant month and very beautiful month as well. So be ready and be excited for the 13-1 portal. Having said that, right now, all of this will calm down when it hits 13. You will start to feel lesser pain, lesser heartache and heart pain and body pain and stomach related issues. But most importantly is the universe is calling you to take rest, have rest, and take this period to try to find that balance and alignment that you truly need. And that goes down to our topic today. Hi, Tasia. And Rachel says she has the worst indigestion. It will get better. Trust me, guys, it will get better. Literally, 2024 has started with a bang, and don't worry, all these ailments will disappear by the wind. 13, just look out for 13 January, such an auspicious significant day. The portal opens, and then for the next 13 days you will experience magic and miracle, and I'll keep doing more content on the 13-1 portal as well. With that, yes, Tasia. Tasia has also been feeling a lot of neck pain for weeks, chest, eyes. Oh, yes, it is so intense. All right, guys, I'm going to delve right into topic because you guys are probably just waiting to hear what new strategies could there be to like cope. And before that, I still have the 2024 reading via video call. I'm still offering it on promotion, 50% off, so it's 122 USD for the session. So check out the link as well. So yes, this is the one. And after this, I'm going to start with our discourse, and I hope you guys are all excited. All right. So first, let's define what divine feminine pain is. As much as it can never be defined in words, but again, you know what I mean. When one is in a true twin flame journey, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, be it whether they are monadic flames or split soul twin flames, do experience some sort of a physical separation in this 3D physical reality at some point. Sometimes it could be at multiple points, sometimes it could be such that you may not even feel that separation at all. Hence, you might not even know you're on a twin flame journey. So it really depends which stage you are on in your twin flame journey. But most of the time, every twin flame goes through a separation phase. And that separation phase is supposed to be the most painful period ever. All right, Christina has got a question. What's the difference between monadic or split soul? Well, I've got a complete discourse on it. Go look at my YouTube channel, and I've explained it clearly what they are. So, in summary, monadic twin flames are split at the point of origin. Split is like, example, you decide to split into another two. So, that's what split soul twin flames are. You could go and check out the full discourse to understand better. All right. So the pain is something that cannot be expressed or described in words. And often, when you are experiencing twin flame separation pain for the first time, there is a lot of anger and frustration behind it. And if you really look beyond the anger and frustration, what it is that you're truly feeling is grief. You are grieving the loss and the presence of your divine masculine, because often prior to the separation, you would have experienced all that could have been of your twin flame connection. And often it's a self sabotage kind of situation. So, so this is what happens when you first meet your twin flames. When twin flames first meet, sorry, when you first meet your twin flame, what happens is that you experience a feeling like no other. It's a feeling of coming home, like truly. It's like you realize that home is not a place, home is actually being with your divine masculine, because that's what it feels. It feels complete, it feels eternal, it feels infinite. You just feel like you've known each other forever, and you're just so much in awe and admiration with each other. You feel this kind of closeness like never before, and you probably just met that person. And often, I cannot do a whole discourse about twin flame meetings, probably I should do that next week. You will meet, so the type of meetings in today's day and age is often online, but again, you still have traditional sort of meetings. You still can meet through mutual friends, you can still meet through family, you can still, it could be just one of those things where your twin flame just walks into your home because he's invited to a dinner party at yours, or he just happens to be a friend of your family member and they are dropping in. So it could be anything like that. And often when it is an unexpected, completely, you are not even looking for love or nothing like that, they just rock up into your life, you tend to feel crazy levels of pain, because you're like, I was happily minding my own business and I was not even looking for love, and damn, God brings me this guy, I didn't even ask for it. So again, different types of situation, but it's always going to be very unique. Like Tasia says, dial the wrong phone number. Like literally, you will feel like everything is just orchestrated by God. Like there is, it's just miraculous. The meeting in itself is just miraculous. And like Rebecca says, it's love at first feel. It's, you just know it. And there's no rational, logical explanation. MJ is also saying everything is posted under featured announcement definition of every connection channel by Vaish and other top twin flame psychics here, and MJ, and yeah. So guys, we also have the definitions written. You see, I completely forgot. So yes, you can go and have a look at it there as well. Thanks MJ for that. Yeah, actually I did do a write up. It's up there and featured. All right. So Tasia says dial the wrong phone number. So that's very, very interesting, right? So you actually meet your divine masculine often when you least expect it. A lot of, like for me, when I met my DM, I didn't even think love could exist like that. Of course, I was already a psychic at that time and I was doing readings for Twin Flames, but I never thought that I would be in such a situation until I met my twin flame, right? So it is just different. It's just unique. So you may think that you have found your twin flame in every relationship you see. But the truth is, when you meet your twin flame, you will just know. It's just different. It's just unique. It's not fireworks like a karmic connection, or it's just different. It just have this instant recognition. You call it past lifetime recognition or whatever it is, you just know it, and you don't even have a definition for the connection you feel with this person. You just ease into a relationship where you're so comfortable with each other that time or space, nothing matters. So if you look back before separation, you would realize the amount of time you spend with your divine masculine is timeless, and you would see them so frequently. And at that time, before I had experienced my own separation, a couple of my clients, students were like telling me, or like they kind of noticed from the glow in my face that I had met my twin flame, and they were like, oh, that separation phase is going to come. And I'm like, like everyone would think this, right? Oh, my situation is going to be unique. I won't go through that separation phase until that separation phase hit. So I still remember, those who are experienced in the twin flame journey kept saying that, you know what, just stay calm and collected, because you are going to experience some kind of a separation, because it's vital for your spiritual growth. Like all of us, right? We need that push to truly go into that surrender space and surrender to God and to experience evolution. You need that separation. So, in other words, the separation is a kind of gift for you to truly realize who you are. And a movie that I was talking to one of my clients about is The Adjustment Bureau. So that movie is such a twin flame movie. It's Emily Blunt and Matt Damon. You guys should watch it. So there will be like a scene like where they will first meet. So a twin flame first meeting is something like that. You just feel at home. It's like you feel so comfortable with that person. You feel like you're just married to them forever, because you are married to them forever. And that's why the separation becomes extremely insanely crazy as well. It's it's one of those it's one of those situations that you would never wish that on anyone at all. And it's also something that happens when you least expect it. Like it just happens all of a sudden. And often when you go through separation the first time, what you experience is soul shock. Your soul literally goes to shock. Like when I was like going into separation, I literally didn't know what to do. Like nothing, no amount of strategy is going to help you cope with the pain. Like I was like literally on a water fast to numb the pain, but nothing changed. It was still painful during the water fast, and no amount of work. I still remember when I was going separation, I was doing very high profile cases at that moment. So I was literally only sleeping 2 3 hours, and I was like working crazy hours. I was on like the news all the time. Like literally my divine masculine might have tried to run, but he was like seeing me like everywhere. And my DM is the sort that actually watches the news and reads the newspaper. So I was like, it's like the universe was playing a freaking joke on us, right? So it's like and this is what happens to your divine masculine when they truly try to run from you. You are literally everywhere. So it's the same. So the suffering is the same for the runner and the chaser. And again, you can't, and often it's not even chaser energies. Like I wasn't really chasing. I've never been the sort that I would chase for anything, right? Like because you're like, there's nothing you can do if a person pushes you away. Like you can, only thing you can do is probably go on a water fast, which I won't recommend because but it's about surrender to God. The whole point is when you surrender to God and you cry out to God and you're looking for like solutions, that's when you start realizing, yep, you are on a full blown separation stage in your twin flame journey, and the pain is going to be the pain. It's not even about getting over the pain. That's not going to happen. It's going to last throughout the separation phase. It's going to be there every single moment, every single second. Like you can ask MJ, like you can ask all of us twin flame readers here. Like it is completely such that the pain will never go away. But what happens is that you are better able to manage your pain. Of course, if you go to a 3D expert on your twin flame situation, you're going to be diagnosed with a lot of stuff. So that's why the first step when you are feeling pain that can't be controlled, surrender to God. Like truly, this is when religion helps. But even if you're not religious but spiritual, God is the same for everyone. And that is when you build your relationship with God. Complete surrender. You literally cry out to God, like, why must I go through this pain and suffering? Pain and suffering that I've never experienced before. It is such that you are in so much pain that it's like you have no choice. You just have to surrender to God. Like without surrender, there is nothing, there is no kind of relief. So, dealing with the pain of being a divine feminine, waiting without any kind of anchor, like in a normal relationship, often you intuitively know, like whether the person is going to come back or not, and the feelings will change. So, example, it's a karmic or even a soulmate or even a brand new connection. You date someone, you guys break up, or one of them ditches the other. Usually 6 months is the maximum time of grief. You're usually the first month you're just angry with the other person. Second month is like still angry. Third month you slowly start to realize that beneath the anger is grief. And then you slowly start to forget them as well. And then by the time you're in the sixth month, you're like, okay, you're ready to go date other people. And this is what happens in a normal 3D situation. Like, no one is going to be like obsessed with a situation for more than 6 months unless they really have some kind of a mental illness, which again, only a psychiatrist, a professional can help. But when it comes to a twin flame situation, it's completely different. The pain actually gets worse and the grief gets worse. It's like you are just going down this path. But one thing is, because this is a divine journey, God is always with you. So you won't be stuck in a situation of like mental illness or anything like that. You would still be able to cope. You will still be able to live. Like, for example, with my situation, I'm still going to work. Like, I didn't take off work or anything like that. In fact, I was lucky at that time because I was like working non-stop, and the pain was still there. Like literally, like if you look at those media footages of me, probably people won't notice, but like my heart was just in so much pain. But I just focused all of the pain in work. And I realized that there was nothing I could do about it. Right, there was nothing I can do. Like literally, when you're in separation, there is nothing you can do, and anything you do is only going to make things worse. So for example, if you are like stalking your twin flame on social media, or if you keep looking, it's just going to make it worse, because whatever they post is going to trigger you big time. They could literally be on a family holiday with their mom and dad and siblings, and that would trigger you. They will literally be on a freaking office trip and they will post about it, and that will trigger you. Everything about them will trigger you until you come to a point of surrender where you don't even want to know anything about them. So, usually, the first most important step when you are in separation is to completely try to stop yourself from looking at their social media, or if you guys have mutual friends or mutual connections, don't ask them what your DM is doing, because anything you hear about them, you are going to be triggered. And the triggering is only going to bring you to a lower, lower, lower vibration. And when your vibration becomes too low, it's so easy to be hacked by the not so good energies. So, most important thing is God. Like, literally, God is the first step. There is no better step than that. Just God. Like, literally, you can spend your living moment just saying, God, help me. God, God. Like, you can have this inner dialogue in your head, even while you're like, well, it's like a mantra that you're chanting, like, God, 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 God. And you keep saying God a million times, you are going to get a solution. And this is for any problem in your life. And God is the one giving you the strength to survive that period. Like, without God, you can't. So that's why often, in a twin flame journey, it is a divine journey. So it is about you getting closer to God as well. So it will never be the reverse situation. So you're kind of like, you will have to go to God no matter how much you resist or how many different avenues of support you try to find, group sessions, this, that. It's not going to work until you surrender to God. That's when you will start meet the right people. So that's what happens with my clients as well. They will be like, I found you at a chat room where someone else was talking about you. Like, literally, my only presence online is through this group, because this is the only group, this group that MJ, I run with MJ. This is the only group I actually do lives, and I have my own page, Twin Flames Reunited, and that's where my presence, like, two places, my page and this group. And of course there are three subgroups as part of my page. And I am not involved in any conversations. I'm literally not in any other twin flame groups at all, and I don't know what is going on there. And I usually don't delve into the 3D of, like, figuring out. So I may be in some groups which I may have joined like many years ago without even realizing. But the reality is, I don't follow anything else. I am just like, focused on my channelings, and that's how my channelings are like pure, because I don't go and read for content. I channel this stuff. Like, everything I channel is 100% from God, from what I channel multidimensionally and through the records, etc. So yeah, so it's really interesting. Like, some people find me through a group I don't even know about, and they were talking about me. And then, because one of my clients was talking about me and recommended me, another client comes to me, and then I'll really think about it, like, how do these people even find me? It's God. Like, truly, like, what else could create that connection at that moment? So often, when you surrender to God, the pain will still be there. The pain is not going to go away. Like, example, you injure your leg, the pain is going to be there, right? Of course, you take painkillers, temporarily the pain will numb, but the pain is still there. Like, when there's no medication, the pain is still there. With twin flame pain and separation, there is no medication. That is the truth. The only medication is surrender. The only medication is surrendering to the journey, accepting this is how the journey is, and also accepting the flaws in you, because there is no such thing as perfection. If you are perfect, you are artificial intelligence, or you're an NPC. That is the truth. As humans, the whole process is about evolution. In perfection, there is no evolution. And evolution is not going to lead you to a perfect state. It's just going to remind you of your soul journey and who you are on a soul level. So, the biggest coping strategy, like I say, is stop looking for information about them. It's just not going to help you at all. It is 100% not going to help you at all. And as tempting as it is, you just want to know what they are doing, because you think there's some kind of closeness you get. One of the common examples is like looking at their last scene on WhatsApp. If you are that kind of person, switch off your last scene so that you can't see anybody's last scene. As much as it may give you closeness, it's actually affecting you and making you miss them more and more as well. So, this step is very crucial. Then you might ask me, if I have no information about them, I feel very distant towards my divine counterpart. Like, what am I supposed to do? The whole point of the distance is to feel the distance, transmute the distance, evolve, heal all of your wounds. Everyone's going to have wounds. Even if this is your first lifetime on earth, you're still going to have wounds because of the fact that every single day you're living on earth, you're actually incurring wounds. So, like childhood trauma or a situation in school where your teacher is so abusive. So, you may have had the perfect childhood, but then you go to school and you have a horrible teacher who's racist and terrible, and that is trauma. And if you don't overcome that trauma, it is going to affect you. Like, trauma can affect every aspect of your life. Of course, it's going to affect your twin flame journey. It is going to, example, if you had a terrible teacher, you're always going to look for acceptance and approval. And if you're going to look for acceptance and approval with your twin flame, it's not going to happen. Only when you accept yourself is he ever going to accept you. So that's when the mirroring part comes in, and that's a big part of the journey. A lot of people think mirroring is the mirror exercise, but no, totally not. That is completely different. So, mirroring, which I kind of coined, the contrast mirroring and direct mirroring. One thing is, throughout your life, a lot of the experiences you share with your divine counterpart is the same. And if you really look back to many points in your life, you guys would have literally had the same experience. So you literally mirror each other. So, example, your parents are together, your divine masculine parents are also probably going to be together. You will realize there is a lot of similarities in everything, your upbringing, the kind of situations you were growing up in. Even if you were in different countries, you will realize there's so much similarities between your countries. And you will realize that even the population is like the same, and you're like sitting back and thinking that my divine counterpart was literally growing up in the same situation, same kind of parents, same kind of school, same kind of environment, same kind of, I mean, they're still going to be different. So, but it's really, really similar. Like Rebecca and I were like talking about it just the other day. It's so similar, it's insane. Even if you share age gap, there will still be similarities in terms of your life experiences. Like, literally, like, I still remember, I was, before I met my twin flame, we were literally in Germany at the same time. Like, literally, we hadn't met yet, but I know if I look back at my feelings and emotions, I could really feel that love being around me at that moment. But again, before you meet your DM, you don't quite understand what a twin flame relationship is, right? So, a lot of things, like you may leave home at the same time for a new job or education, like a lot of the changes, and you will also realize your divine masculine will have the same kind of relationship you have with your parents, for example, or your siblings, for example. And when you literally look into your DM soul, you literally realize he's the same person as you. Everything. Like, you'll be like, so that's when you start to realize it, you'll realize why they're pushing you away as well. And when you are not interested in a situation, what would you do? You would avoid. So you can see all of those things your DM is literally doing, because they are you in another body. Another thing is, often this happens a lot with twin flames. What you want to do, your divine masculine will be doing, and vice versa. So, example, you're the sort of person who loves to travel for work. Your divine masculine will be exactly doing that. And your divine masculine is the sort that wants that complete freedom of, example, being a freelancer, and you will be doing it. So you see how interesting it is. It's like one soul, you're just splitting your experiences, and each side of you is experiencing it. So the whole point is merging that consciousness into one. So it really, really becomes insane. The more you delve into it, the more you'll realize that the things are like completely in sync. Everything. Even if you, example, you had a terrible teacher at school, your DM would have had that terrible teacher in school who affected his life as well. Example, you had like crazy friends, your DM would have also dealt with the situation like that. When you get into union and when you sit down and talk about all these things, you will realize, oh my goodness, literally, you may have just been in different countries, but everything, your life experience was so strikingly similar. Another thing is shared aspirations as well. You always realize that both of you, it's always in sync, like what you want and what he wants as well. There was another thing I wanted to share. I forgot. Well, it will come back again. Oh wow, I see a lot of comments. Karen is saying this is the first group I found back in 2021, and now I'm working with Vaish with the channeling class. Yes, I am actually doing a lot of teaching too this year, guys. So if you guys are interested, please check out the courses. Yeah, strategy number two. Strategy number one, really don't see or don't try to look for information. Just leave it as it is. Of course, sometimes you will get triggering information. It could be through a friend or someone, you're like saying something, but release it to God. This step is very, very essential in controlling the pain and transmuting the pain. Number two, keep doing what you're doing. Like, literally, don't quit your job because you are in twin flame separation. And if you quit your job, you're not in a twin flame situation, because often, as much as the pain will be, you will also have the strength of coping. So, number two, God is literally your best friend and your eternal guide. You have to realize that. And only through God, you're going to meet the right kind of people who are going to guide you in the journey and etc. Number three, you have to completely detach, or if not, they are never going to come back. And one of the first stages of separation is obsession. That's the reality, because you're not used to being in a situation where you are just being left to linger, right? So often you really drop into the lower dimensional frequencies and you start obsessing. You have these obsessive thoughts, but these obsessive thoughts are very negative because the outcome is that you're never going to get together. You have to transmute the obsessiveness to yearning and prayer and divinity. So, in other words, you have to still exist in this life and live your life to the fullest. You still have to appreciate your friends and loved ones and actually not cut contact with them, because your friends and family, even though they might not understand what journey you're on, or they might not truly understand what love this is, but they are the ones who are going to be there for you. So enjoy those moments. Just think about it. You're going to be with your DM for eternity. Why not enjoy the moments in separation with other people who still matter a lot in your life? So that is number three coping strategy, is to live life as normally as you can. Do not give up on your dreams and aspirations. The key thing is, and the movie Adjustment Bureau is wonderful in explaining this, if you don't have any kind of growth or change when you are in separation, you are going to be in infinite separation. You are going to be in separation until there is growth and evolution. And this was so beautifully translated in the movie Adjustment Bureau, because she will end up becoming one of the top ballerinas and he will end up becoming like one of the a big politician. And if you were to convert it in twin flame terms, if there is no growth or progress in who you are, then you're going to be stuck. If there is no change at all, you're going to be stuck. So if you are going to be in a situation where you're just going to be stuck and stagnant, there's going to be no change. So you have to talk to God, surrender to God, and with that, you will start to realize life is the way it is, and there is nothing you can do to change your divine masculine's mind. Often you would think that, oh, you can do this or do that. No, You can only work on your own energies. And because you're one soul, when you start healing, he starts healing automatically as well. Another beautiful thing is you will literally be feeling him when you're vibrating higher. So, example, he is scuba diving. And this has literally like happened to me when I was in separation itself. Like so many instances. Like suddenly I'll feel like I'm eating like Thai food or like Puerto Rican food or some kind of food, and I would literally taste the food, and I'll be like, I'm not even eating. Or sensitivity to stimulus, external stimuli. So, example, he's in the ocean. I will literally feel like I'm in water. Like I still remember very clearly. I was at one of my really close friends' wedding, and I was telling my sister-in-law, like, I feel like I'm in the ocean because I feel like I'm like adjusting my scuba diving mask or something like that. I just feel like I am in the ocean right now. Like, my sister-in-law is like, are you okay? Like, she was like, what is going on with you? Because after when we got together, when I asked my DM and we actually traced back the date because it was my friend's wedding, we could trace back the date. He was actually in the ocean scuba diving and there was a problem with his mask. So I was actually feeling what he was feeling that moment. So it is so like the things are like completely on par. It can and when you sit down and talk to your DM about it, he would be experiencing what you were experiencing too. Example, you're having Chinese food. At that moment, if you trace back the date, he would have felt it in his taste buds. But this only happens when you are vibrating extremely high. You start to actually share in on the experience. So, in other words, I'll call it the Sense 8 moment. So, if you guys watch the show Sense 8, you will realize how these experiences can be shared. So, for example, you're really craving a beach holiday. Your DM will literally be on the beach having a beach holiday. And your DM is like literally craving for example, oh, I just want stability. I don't want to like keep traveling. I want to like just have a normal 9 to 5 job, and you will be having that 9 to 5 job. So it's one of those things that, so that's why I'm saying, guys, don't obsess over what's on 3D, like on freaking social media. Connect to those feelings. If you're missing your DM, you can actually experience what they're feeling. You can literally, so example, they are with loved ones, they are with their parents or with their siblings or with their best friends. You can actually experience the joy. You'll be like, why do I feel so happy all of a sudden? I've literally done nothing. Because your DM is experiencing that joy. Example, you feel so sluggish or tired is because your divine masculine probably went on a big hike and he's so tired. Jet lag. Sometimes you feel like you're on jet lag because your DM may have traveled, and vice versa. When you are stressed at work or something like that, he feels it too. So, this is one of those coping mechanisms as well. When you start to connect more and more with your divine masculine in 5D, you will start to experience everything he's experiencing. So, you'll start to realize you're actually not in separation at all. You are actually partaking in every single experience of his. And when you are partaking in that experience of his, you become one, literally. And he feels you too. He somehow feels your presence there. He's like, seriously, like, how is this person with me when I'm scuba diving, for example? But you are. Same thing as Tasia says, you feel each other's physical pain and take it from there other times as well. But when you're vibrating in a higher dimension, you can help them transmute this pain. So, example, they are struggling from fatigue. You can send them that love and energy to heal. So, in a way, God is like guiding you to like go help them. So, example, they're having a very, so have you ever felt this? Like when you're in like tears and you just don't know what to do and you're crying out to God, you actually feel your divine masculine telling you that you'll be okay. Like I felt that so many times in separation. Do you? And of course, for a logical, rational person, it will look like it's madness. And the truth is, as divine feminines, we are very logical, rational people. As a lawyer, I can't be not logical or rational. That will be the biggest stumbling block in my career. But it's also important to be skeptical as well, because if you are going to drown in this insanity, you're going to completely drown. So, that level of skepticism and groundedness and detachment, logical and rationality is also good for your journey. So, God gives you a perfect balance of this all. So it's so vital. So far I've given you three coping strategies, right? Don't look at any kind of information about them. Secondly, completely surrender to God. Thirdly, start to experience this shared external stimuli with each other. Start to experience what they're experiencing and what you are experiencing. So whenever you guys are having this unique celebration kind of moment, your DM is with you literally. Actually, your DM is with you all the time. And when you have these experiences together, it's so beautiful. I mean, it's like only when you sit down with your divine masculine, eventually you will be able to confirm these things. But you don't even have to confirm these things, you just know. Another thing is, if your DM is in another relationship with someone like a karmic, married for many, many years, what happens is that you actually feel their pain and like suffering and like they being trapped. Literally. So, like I said, at the end of the day, there are only two types of divine masculine. One that gives off that eternal bachelor playboy vibe, and the other one who's stuck in a karmic situation indefinitely. So often, the playboy slash monk, which in itself is a contradiction, gives out this image to society that, oh, is this eternal bachelor, will never commit with anyone, or this and that. So, this is the DM who, and my DM was like that, right, until he got together with me, is that you will feel a lot of adventure. Like you will always be feeling a lot of excitement and adventure because it's their way of running from that separation phase, right? But if you're in that latter situation where they're stuck eternally, in a way that they're stuck indefinitely to their karmic, what happens is that you will start experiencing a lot of their emotional pain. So you might find yourself in bolts and bolts of depression even at some time. So you have to learn how to differentiate the pain. Sometimes you have to differentiate that pain from your divine masculine. Like you really have to vibrate higher to be able to help them. So you have to see it that way. All right, now we're going to talk about rejection. How do you totally cope with twin flame rejection? Often, as divine feminines, you're probably never rejected before because you're never in that state of vulnerability before. Or maybe you have been rejected, but it didn't even have that kind of impact in you that you couldn't even remember. But when your divine masculine literally rejects you, and there's a thousand different ways he will reject you. Ghosting's one of the ways, telling you point blank not interested is another way. But the problem with the not interested is after going out for like 30, 40 times, spending so much time, when you say not interested, it's just contradictory, right? Like you tell not interested to a person you meet at a bar. So that rejection hurts your ego. So that is the biggest thing. It hurts your ego. Remember, guys, I'm telling you this very clearly. It hurts your ego. 100% it hurts your ego. And it's about transmuting that ego and transmuting the fact that it is your ego that's hurting and your other rejection patterns that is coming up. So you may have been rejected from a situation or from a friend circle or by your teacher or by society. So when your divine masculine rejects you, all of that starts coming. So that's when it's like it's time for healing. It's time to completely transmute and understand the hidden message beyond that rejection. So often, example, at that point of separation, you would have developed some kind of relationship with your DM. And often, the rejection, in some cases, it could be clear. It could be just like, there is no way. Some could be like, I really, really, really like you, but I'm not interested. Isn't that a contradiction in itself? Some may be like, you're like, trying to figure out what does that interest mean. You are hanging out with me all the time, you are cooking and hiking and blah blah blah, you're doing all this, you're literally hanging out with my family all the time, and in what part were you not interested? So it's very, so but the divine masculine has to do that, right? If not, there is no way for growth. You're just going to live in your immature, wounded, non-successful divine feminine self indefinitely. And same, your divine masculine is also not going to realize his true potential. So the movie Adjustment Bureau depicts that. So when Emily Blunt and Matt Damon are in separation for 5 years, they truly become the top in their respective fields. And that's when the divine masculine is like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I want to be with my divine feminine. And she's going to get married and he stops the wedding, blah blah blah. It's a very good movie. You guys should watch it. So the rejection, coping with the rejection, a lot of the pain that comes from rejection is through ego. So it is transmuting the ego, and to also stop allowing the ego to take over. Like truly, if some other guy had rejected you, you'll probably tell the guy like, hey, you're such an asshole, and you'll move on, right? You'll probably even forget about the person because you feel nothing towards the person. But when your DM rejects you, it hits deep because you don't feel rejected on a 3D physical level. You are rejected on a soul level. It's like you rejecting yourself. And often at that point of rejection, you are rejecting yourself. So it could be a situation where you've gained a lot of weight and you just hate your body. It could be a situation where you just don't like yourself. When you don't like yourself, how can you expect your DM to like you? And then you go on this like gifting him and complimenting him. He will just think all of it is fake because that gifting or complimenting comes from a place of insecurity. It's not like he really deserves the compliment. So your divine masculine is your tough teacher. If you really, really look back at his conversations, there's so much more wisdom. Like I could literally write books from what my divine masculine said prior to separation, prior to our union. Like that first, like literally a lot of my spiritual growth and my channeling and everything was inspired by a lot of things. Like I had been a psychic for a very, very long time. So I was really connected, right? But there was certain information when it came to like enlightenment and exiting the matrix, which my divine masculine, literally, he might not say it in the context I'm telling you, but even he doesn't know what he was saying was connecting the dots to my own gaps in my knowledge, my channeling. And my life changed forever. So what was it happening between us were exchanges in downloads and activations and vibrations and so much more than that rejection and separation in itself. And now I'm in union, I'm able to like reflect and help you guys and guide you guys on it. But at that moment, I was just like any divine feminine who was in separation, who was rejected, was just spending days and days water fasting and trying to bury herself in work and trying not to remember. But wherever you go, like every place I went, I would have had a memory with my DM. I'm like, it just has to stop. But there's nothing you can do about it. But one thing is that you can start to think about what they have said and the meaning and the wisdom. To them, it's not wisdom at all because they are often just contradicting everything that you're trying to say. But there is actually wisdom in it because they teach you, at least my divine masculine taught me like that gap was all I needed to understand about exiting the matrix. For example, like that wisdom, even he, when we talk about it now, it's like what was I even talking? But it was downloads and energy exchanges that was happening between us. Like so many things. For example, the food I was cooking for him. It was all energetic downloads. Because looking back, you're like, why was I cooking for him so much? But this was part of our plan before we incarnated on earth, right? But one thing you have to remember is there's always going to be respect between each other. Your divine masculine is only going to push you to the point that you can handle, but he will never, ever, ever lose his respect towards you. So you never have to feel like your divine masculine thinks lowly of you or anything like that. And often dreams are a clue as to what is happening with your divine masculine. So when you're in separation, you will often have a lot of dreams. And when I was in separation, I was not having a lot of dreams, but I was having enough dreams to make sense of what was happening. So some examples could be anything. So example, he's going through an illness or he's going through some kind of an issue. you will actually you will actually dream about it. So I remember one of the dreams, he was really, really, really angry. And then I realized I had a lot of anger. So we had to transmute the anger. So we were like literally just mirroring anger into each other. And the anger was all of the moments that we could have had at that moment, but we didn't. So beneath the anger, it was grief. Like we were both grieving. And dreams was a way of healing as well. But but guys, truly, complete surrender. The only way, I just did a video last night, like a short 3-minute video. 100% detachment is the only way to get into union. Like you have to. I still remember there was one point, like, because I had been a psychic for a while, right? I was like talking to one of my clients, and my client was um like, what is going on? Because that client knew at that time long ago that I was in separation. It's like, oh. And then I'm like, oh, I don't, like, I'm completely detached. I don't, I do think about it. I mean, he's in my mind all the time, but I'm so detached to it. And shortly after, like within 3 weeks, we got into union. Like really, like how we got into union was truly miraculous. Like I could say Venus retrograde, I could see that, I could say this, but the truth was, I was in a state of complete detachment when he came back. It's like I didn't have to do anything for him to come back. He just came back. We just rekindled, reconnected, and so that's what happened, guys. But you have to be 100% detachment. If you are in that blaming game, or if you're going to dwell in your eternal depression, or you're just going to blame society, or you're going to be cranky or whiny, or keep, like, you're already wounded, but you keep on wounding others, then you're going to be eternally stuck in this state forever. Sometimes what happens to divine feminines is because they are in that eternal state of pain, and it's like you're sending this signal to the universe that you like being in this pain, because you have to still doing what you have to do. You still have to enjoy life when you're in separation. You can't dwell. You still have to build that relationship. Example, you have your brother is having a child. Like you have to completely surrender to these moments in your life. You can't only focus on the bad. You have to focus on the blessings too, because there are blessings in your life always. God is always sending you blessings. Um, it could be someone whom you like. It could be the salesperson at the grocery shop. They could be like having a small conversation with you, but at that moment that could just be life transforming, because you know there's some stranger out there who actually respects you enough to have that conversation with you. But if you're just dwelling in eternal sadness and whining and complaining, why must my life be like that, you're going to be stagnant and there's going to be no growth at all. That's why there's a thin line between being in a twin flame spiritual journey, surrendering to God, and mental illness too. So that's why a twin flame check is very, very important, because a lot of people are not on a twin flame journey, and based on what they experience, they think they're on a twin flame journey. and they end up not getting the help that they need to get. Like truly, you have got professionals. If example, this person is naturally an obsessive person, you actually have professionals to help you with that, like psychotherapy. So the twin flame journey is not a cover for you to hide your mental illness. So there's a thin line, and that's why a twin flame check is 100% important. We do twin flame checks in the group. I also do private twin flame checks. You can always check out my website for that. But the most important thing is, when you know what journey you are on, you can actually cure your problem in a way, at least get the right kind of help. But even if you're a confirmed twin flame and you choose to be in that dwelling state of blaming everyone and thinking that you have nobody, you're wrong. You're always going to have somebody. It could be a freaking TV show, or it could be Bob Marley, having one of his famous quotes talking to you, or you could have your guides being with you, speaking with you. So never ever say you're alone. God is 100% with you. And really, when I say this, it comes from a true surrender. But how do you truly be with God? You have to surrender. You have to literally cry out to God. You'll be like, God, help me. God, I can't breathe. God, I am, like, some of you can't even cry because you don't want to affect like people around you. Like, truly, truly surrender to God. And like MJ says, charity work. There's so many ways. Like, some of you are always, like, are already doing some kind of a service to humanity. So it could be a family member you're taking care of, or it could be a situation where you're helping your relatives. But if you don't have circumstances like that, go to an old folks home, go to a children's home. There's so many ways. Help your neighbor. Your neighbor may be depressed, like, go and talk to them, ask them, are you okay, do you want to watch a movie together? Help people around you. And when you focus on service to others, you will realize that your blessings will come to you automatically. And MJ would agree 100% with this. Like, she went through a crazy separation. I went through a crazy separation. All divine feminines go through a crazy separation. But what we can tell you is that there is guaranteed union. But in order to get that guaranteed union, you have to surrender, and God is like 100% your way, and God will guide you to the right people. So that's how maybe you find our group. That's how you find me as your reader or healer. You have to trust, you have to put the faith in God 100%. And connecting to God is through service as well. Acts as service, like helping others. You don't have to like just help fellow twin flames. You could help a person who's just suffering. Like, example, this person who has got 5 children, and they like one, and the spouse just lost their job. What they need is like groceries. You can actually buy them their groceries for that month, because that's what you can do or you can afford. Or you can just go them, help cook them a meal, because, or help them look after their kids because they don't have the support, because they have to go job hunting or interviews. There, you don't have money is not always the way, like, to do charity. You can physically be of service, and that is work for God as well. When you are in service, acts of service, you are truly, truly, truly connecting with God as well. God, you guys have so beautiful comments. All right, and due to time, I can't read all of the comments, but yes. So, guys, these are the strategies to handle rejection. Like, truly, it is painful. Like, literally, it is painful. Like I said, I'm literally writing books on this, and I realize, like, my father would always, whenever he sees me, will be like, Vaish, you should just, like, literally convert all your videos into books. Like this wisdom, again, all praise to God, that I receive from God, I channel through God, is wisdom that can be applied to life in so many ways. It's about emotions, it's about feelings. But sometimes you need to get the help you need to get as well. But often in a twin flame situation, you wouldn't go down the path of mental illness. But again, everybody's situation is very unique. Only you know what is best for you. And often when you surrender to God, the right people will come into your life. That I can assure you and guarantee you. but help others. It's in service you heal as well. So, example, at that time when you're in separation, when you are just dwelling about your divine masculine, you can literally go and volunteer at a library, read stories to little children. It doesn't have to be something that is difficult, it could be something that you could do. So instead of dwelling in pain, you're actually helping pick up litter in the beach. That is something that you can do. You just go to the beach. Or you could join a organization, or you could even help people online, like other wounded divine feminines who are suffering. So service is is what you do to get closer to God as well, and your divine masculine eventually. And again, you have to accept everything as God's grace and will, because, and you also have to remember, God will never do anything that you don't want or you don't like, because this is about Leela. This is the play of the universe. Existing on earth is about expressing your desires. So God will never not express your desires, but you have to trust God for that, right? So it's amazing. You guys are all amazing. I love how you guys are doing services, charity work, helping others in so many beautiful ways. And the final part of my discourse is managing grief and anger. So once you identify what is anger and the grief beneath the anger, half the battle is won. You go into surrender stage. You realize that yes, your divine masculine is also angry with you, because you could have said something that triggered him. You could have done something that triggered him. And he could have done or said something that triggered you. But beneath that is that true yearning to be with each other, that missing, that feeling, that void, that they are not able to have this relationship with you anymore. Your divine masculine may have thought that you just want a label on the relationship. You just want marriage. You just want to be his girlfriend. You just want to own him. But beneath the anger, it's actually freedom, because none of you want to own each other. So once you realize that, once you acknowledge the situation, and when you are in true surrender to God, you will notice that things start to fall in place. But of course, twin flame union is not all rainbow and roses either. You're still going to suffer from day to day problem. You're going to suffer from all kinds of problems, because you're still existing on earth, right? So even if the problems don't come from each other, you're going to experience external problems. You're going to go through pain, death, suffering, everything. You're still going to go through that. So getting into a physical union state doesn't mean that you're going to be problem free in life as well. It's just that you're together in 3D, and you have always been together multidimensionally as well. So that's why once you start managing the grief and anger and totally be of service to humanity, you will start to notice so many changes in your life. Like, really, like, truly, it could just be a comment to someone who is suffering, like someone who's like, who just lost somebody, or someone who just had a miscarriage, someone who who is struggling with something, maybe an exam or something, and you're just telling them it will be okay. You saying that it will be okay can change their lives forever. Do you know that? So go inspire someone. Turn your pain into inspiration. Turn your pain into something good that you can do for humanity, because sitting down and dwelling or being angry at your DM is not going to change anything. In fact, it's just going to make it worse. It's just going to increase the separation period more and more. Another biggest downfall is obsessing on when you're going to get into union. You need to remember, when you start viewing Earth as a timeless space and realize there's no time or space, that's when you will get into union as well. Because if you're going to fixate that you're going to get into union in 6 months, the universe is always going to put 6 months after you. So, example, you start saying today, oh, I'm going to unite with my DM in 6 months. Then tomorrow, it's going to be 6 months starting from there. So, get rid of time, space, anything. Just completely surrender. You're like, I'm already in union. What is happening is my divine masculine is walking towards me for union. That's how you have to see it. You can't see time as being linear anymore. In a twin flame journey, it's like you're in a freaking hologram. Everything is happening all at once. So you're already in union at some point, and you're just anchoring yourself there. That's how you have to see it. I hope I've answered all of your questions with regards to this topic. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes for questions, and then I am going to do the channeling. Again, thank you all for your tips. I'm really, really grateful for all of your tips. So if you guys want to support my work, here is my PayPal. And also, guys, if you guys want a twin flame check, you can go check out my website for a private check. Again, this group, we do checks anyway. You just have to request for the reading. It is going to be in the group. Always remember, this is a private group, and all of the information stays in the group. It's one of those things that people agree to when they join the group. But even then, sometimes you may want to maintain confidentiality. Sometimes you could be celebrities, or so you could always get a private check from me. Again, the way I do my checks are via the Agashik records, the 8D, the 12D, the 13D. I do multi-layer checks. I do the same for all the checks in the group as well. That's why we tend to be in alignment with what we say. We work together as a group. I'm so proud of all of my readers. They're all amazing. I am so proud of training them, and I'm so happy with our team right now. Like, we have such amazing, great readers. Again, nothing would have been possible without the love and patience of MJ for bringing us all together, and for creating this group, for creating this way of doing things. So again, thank you, MJ. You are the best. Love you so much always. Like, truly, truly, like, how far we have come. Again, it's all the grace of God, and we are so grateful for that. We had a lot of challenges being thrown on us. A lot of times, you can ask MJ, she will vouch by it. But you know what? We survive, things get better. And that's how life should be. And in terms of twin flame union, it happens when you least expect it. Like, totally. When you're in complete surrender, when you're doing what you got to do, when you're working as you got to do, you will notice 100% change in your life. And thank you so much, Karen. Karen says, you're a great teacher. I've seen a huge difference since working with you. Oh, that's the best 2024 compliment I can hear. Thank you so much, Karen. That means so much to me. And really, again, it was MJ um, who brought us all together. So, all praise to God. Thank you, MJ, for being such a vital part in our life. Like, without you, this group wouldn't we exist. And all of the readers we have right now, we are like family. Everyone works so well with each other, and we do great, great reading. So, guys, take advantage of that. Every 60 days, you can request for a free reading, and connection checks are also part of these readings. So, if you guys ever want a reading, please request one through the group. Is the reason why we ask for full names and details is because in the past, trickery, and so there were some members who were just taking advantage of it because they wanted to hear a certain answer. They kept confusing the readers. So to actually stop that from happening, MJ created this system where you have to give full names. So I hope you guys understand that. Again, thank you so much, MJ. Like, truly, you are wonderful. Again, wow. Samantha is saying, agree with Karen 1000%. So much changed in my life when I truly dedicated myself to working on myself and doing healings. Oh, thank you so much. Moni is saying, your YouTube channeling short videos is bomb. Oh, thanks. Thanks to all of your support. Without you, I won't even exist, right? Like, seriously, like, God has got a very interesting way of, like, just bringing all of us together and putting us on each other's paths at the right time. So, all of it, when you surrender to God, miracles, every day becomes a miracle. And I 100% stand by it. And sometimes you'll be wondering, why do MJ and I always say God, God, God? Because you all know deep within, like, however way you want to see God or feel God, because we all have 100% equal access to God. A lot of people just shun God away from your lives and think that you are in eternal misery. But when God is with you, any eternal misery can be soothed because God is the medicine. With that, do you guys have any question with regards to today's topic? Like, I really feel like today's channeling was very beautiful. So again, I thank God for today. Angela is saying, thanks for the video today, Vash. I enjoy listening to this live or watching them later and appreciate you providing information for us. Ah, Rachel has a good comment. When she says that when she realized recently that DFs have a victim mentality, but the DMs have their side of their story as well, whether they are triggered or need healing. Absolutely, 100%. Thanks for that. Samantha says it's in service that I'm reminded blessed. Exactly, in service. Yes. Adriel says food donation drop. Exactly, guys. There is so many ways. Like literally, there are so many ways to truly. Nicole is like volunteering at animal shelter. Oh, children's choir. Dawn is saying, I literally just cried out to God about 2 hours ago. I used to do that on the daily, but it's been a while. Then the surrender came, and Dawn realized crying out to God doesn't move the needle, but you realize how God is the only power to bring you home. Then you surrender. Oh my God, so beautifully said, Dawn. Like literally, you like summarize what I have been trying to say. So thanks for that. Oh, Moni saying going to detach 110% now. Oh, Moni saying she had a reunion, walk and dinner and talked. Got a huge hug after all this. After a year and a half of separation, and a week later, he rejected Moni when they asked if there will be anything between each other again, and he told me he's not interested in me to stop. I don't even talk to him and feels like we start all over again. So Moni, this truly gives hope and inspiration to DFs right now. So thanks for sharing your story. Like truly, you see how from not interested, stay away from me, he has just turned 360 degrees. So it's so beautiful. Like when we talk in private, like Moni, like the conversations we have, and how that unwavering faith in the twin flame journey is what brings you to union. Exactly, Adriel, heart splitting pain, horrible. Like really, yes, you are walking around lifeless, and God is the one who renews the life back to you. Karen is like, she spent the past 2023 healing the rejection wound. It all came hard when DM rejected her and ex-husband was getting remarried. And yeah, it's such a transformation, isn't it, Karen? Like, and Nicole says it beautifully. Truly, when you stop rejecting yourself and realize that you don't need your divine masculine to make you whole, your divine masculine will actually come back. Exactly. So she said it very beautifully. Need to honor our boundaries, not allow ourselves to be someone else's placeholder. We must go back to ourselves. Self love. Exactly. Self love is key to everything. Self love, appreciation, acts of service, living life to the fullest, even if it is a moment of suffering. Did you know that people who help others are the ones who have suffered the most because they don't want that pain on anyone else? And oh, thanks, Karen. Karen is saying, what a great channeling. Adriel, if it wasn't for God, we wouldn't be. Exactly. And Diana is saying, it's a beautiful reminder that detachment and surrendering to the journey and God is so important. Exactly. And ultimately, the miracles that you get in your twin flame journey, and Diana would agree with me, it's all of God's like magic. Of course, there are going to be challenges and obstacles, but God will also give us that solution to handle these stuff. And eventually, when you get into union in 3D physical reality, you will realize that life is as normal as it can be. You're still having day to day problems at work and life and family and relatives, whatever. But the truth is, you are still happily in bliss. It's like the movie Before Sunset, After Sunset, and the Sunset series. Like when they get together eventually, that's what they'll be saying. Like nothing has changed. but they are so complete being with each other. So that is what this journey is about. With that, guys, I am going to start the channeling. Let me read out the list. So just give me a moment. This time I've actually done my list. So I will be fine. All right. So, guys, with this, you can time yourself when will be your turn. All right. So, it's going to be Irene, Rachel, Mai, Rebecca, Q, Dawn, Laura, Shay, Nicole, Tina, Moni, Shannon, Samantha, Jessica, Diana, and Adriel. So, guys, this is the list for today. All right, I'm just going to just give me a moment. I'm just going to number it so that I don't miss anyone. In the meanwhile, guys, share your comments, your experiences of how twin flame pain has changed your life and given you the wisdom to actually live, and how is it changed your life in other aspects. So do comment and do share your views. It will definitely help the other viewers here until I get my numbering here. And then we are going to go in for. So ever since the documentary came out on Netflix and Prime, people apparently, one of my colleagues at work, he was saying that the whole twin flame stuff, like the bad side of it, is going viral on TikTok, and so it's like twin flames have such a bad name. So it's totally like a bad time. But you guys know that this is part of the not so good energies, right? Like this is what they do. When more twin flames are getting into union, they just have to crush it and sidetrack. So now imagine like your divine masculine is like coming back to be in union with you, and then they have a group of friends saying that, oh, your DF is crazy. Like, look at her. She has got all of these crazy obsessive wounds around her or whatever, right? So always remember, surrender to God. God is with you always, and things will shape up. And no matter how many TikTok trends there are, what is meant to be yours, who is what is meant to be with you is going to be with you. Like your divine masculine will be with you. What you're meant to get, you will get. Sometimes it will just take longer. It's very interesting. I watched this video about this lady who gave birth to a child when she was 46. So the question to her was like, have all of your wishes come true? She said yes. It's just that it came later and it was very painful. And she says that she always wanted to be a mother. And then when she was of that age of giving birth, no guy worked out. And eventually she just accepted it, as that is how it is. Then when she was about 43, she met this guy, and he was like, he had grown up children, and he told her like no, we can't have children and stuff. But in 2 years he changed his mind, and they had a daughter together. And now she's in her 70s, and she's saying, my daughter is 30 and she has got 3 kids. And she just wants to say how miracles can happen. Like she never thought it would happen, but her wish was fulfilled. So when you remember this, God is with you, it will happen. Sometimes you just have to wait. So the interviewer asked, so were you like frustrated, like when you did not get? She said yes, she was in pain for a very long time, but only when acceptance and detachment came, it just happened. So sometimes you should not focus on the time. You should just release your desires to the universe and let it happen in divine timing. See, when I'm telling this story, I'm getting goosebumps. Literally. Dawn is saying we can just use a new name. The real twin flames will be known as dual sparks and godly yins and godly yangs. We need to rebrand. Absolutely, Dawn. I'm with you on it 100%. And then somehow they'll find it and they'll make it toxic again. But thanks for that. I'll keep in mind. Dual sparks. All right, guys, I'm going to start with the channeling. So, Irene, I don't know if Irene is here because Irene, you're usually like in the middle somewhere. But again, I'll channel for you. So, what is going on with Irene at the moment? So, you and your twin flame All right, before I start, Diana has a comment. The twin flame journey has changed my life in so many ways now that I'm aware of the journey and the little hiccups and bumps that the universe throws at me. It's so tough, and just when I think things are going smoothly and on track, there's another spanner thrown in the works. But knowing that it's all preparation for the greater things to come, divine timing, but it's such a beautiful journey to say the least. 100% Diana, you've said it so beautifully. Dawn, yes, of course they will. Rebecca, I was just saying to V recently, if we can find the humor in the sweet theatrical Leela, it makes everything feel better. Looking down from the higher perspective truly helps. 100%. Like looking up from the higher perspective is what is going to like truly, truly, truly like help you see the joys in the pain and suffering as well. Like totally. Like you will realize in the twin flame journey, everything is just holistic. Like everything is just so beautifully intertwined. And that story that I just saw on Instagram is a reminder that all of your wishes will come through. So yes, you will be in twin flame union. No one has the right to say otherwise, because God is with you, and what you desire you will get it. Of course sometimes it may take time, but does that matter? Rather than having an unfulfilled wish and reincarnating again just to be in union with your twin flame, if you just surrender to God right now, even if it's slow, you know you will get into union. Gabriella, yes, I'm just going to start the channeling. So, yes, I will do it later because people have started donating to me since like 48 hours ago. So, I'll have to follow that. But, yeah. Exactly. Sometimes you just laugh it out loud. All right, Irene, are you here? Please tell me you're here. If not, I have to channel without. I have to channel. I have to start without you. But Irene, what is going on with you energetically is that 2024 may have started with a lot of tiredness and fatigue, but you are on the ball. Like you and your beloved twin flame, she is like both of you are truly, truly in this fantastic vibrational sequence and frequency right now. I see that you guys are helping each other multidimensionally. So I see a lot of growth and evolution and how you're both inspiring each other. Literally, you guys are helping one another become the best version of yourselves, and also inspiring each other to go on to pursue that passion that you have been holding back on for so long. You are literally each other's role model right now. So that is what I'm picking up instantly. I'm seeing a lot of gold and silver and pink and green. This is an indicator of so much opportunities that is going to be unveiled before you, Areen. So great times are coming ahead for you. It's just going to be so blissful. It's so wonderful. You're going to finally understand, hey, all of that rest period I had was all for a reason, that you were like in your cocoon stage and now you're starting to become a butterfly. So great opportunities are coming for you, Areen. All you have to do is just live the moment, surrender to the process, and just let things come at the perfect divine timing as it is aligned to be. The messages I'm getting from your twin flame is that she wants you to know that she's so proud of you. She is completely in awe of everything that is going for you and around you, and all she ever wants you to do and be is to be happy. And so your twin flame is just saying that she is so in love with you and she will do anything and everything to support you always, and she's grateful for your support too, all the time, incredibly. So I hope you have enjoyed this channeling, Irene. And next up I have got Rachel. So Rachel, do you have a question? And I'm are you here? So I'll give it a minute. All right, I don't think Rachel is here. Oh, you are here. So, Rachel, do you have a question in particular, or shall I just channel what comes? Wait, did you have a question? Why do I feel like I saw a question? Oops. I think you just want a general channeling. So, what am I picking up? So, I am picking up union energies, like totally. So your question is he transforming? There is communication. He's 100% transforming. And again, congratulations on the communication. I'm so thrilled for you. Of course he's transforming. You will notice subtle changes, but they're going to build consistently. So it's not going to be like overnight you're going to see him change. If not, you will freak out yourself. So he is transforming, so are you. So you're both like working together energetically, and you guys are transforming layer by layer, cell by cell. So that is what's going on with him. Of course, there's still a lot of anxiousness in his energies. He's still a bit worried about what may happen or where this is going. So there are tendencies from him, like his mind voice, like falling back into old patterns, but this time his willpower is very strong, so he doesn't want to fall back into old patterns or wounds. So I'm noticing a lot of effort and hard work from him in the 3D. He's truly making an effort to not repeat old patterns. So in the past, he used to be triggered by you a lot. So now he's like consciously saying that the trigger is not you, but it's him, and he's realizing that. So there's a lot of growth and evolution on his part because he completely sees you in a new light. He knows all this while he was the one to blame, and it had got nothing to do with you. So he can totally see that you are like flourishing as a soul, and like there's this golden aura around you, and he's completely mystified by it. And wow. I'm saying my own channeling is spot on. Rachel is saying, yes, he feels so strong, and he's saying he wants to work through things. Exactly. He is making that effort. Like his 3D thoughts are literally reading that he wants to make an effort no matter what. Like he really wants to work through things and not fall into egotistical or 3D kind of patterns that is going to affect and break him. So he's really getting into that zone of becoming very much in alignment with his sole purpose of being with you. So that is what I'm picking up, Rachel. And his final message to you would be never to give up on him, and he's apologizing to you for all that he has done to you to hurt you, for all of that pain. But he wants to assure you that when you were in pain, he was in pain too, because he could feel you suffering and be in pain. And with that, he just wants to say that he loves you so much, and he will do anything and everything ever to just have those moments with you, because right now he's living life moment to moment. With that, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling, and let me go to Mai. Mai, are you here? Do you have a particular question? See, when you do very long live shows, I have to just check my messages and emails to see. Often I literally tell like my DM and like my closest families, like, don't call me like Sunday morning Singapore, like just don't disturb me. And like I'll like tell my DM, like, don't even be around me, like go out or something. Because I just don't want to be disturbed. I just want like to be like in my zone. All right, Mai is saying probably just general, but usually how DM and union or anything you can channel, whatever you can channel, I guess. So I'm picking up regret wounds. Like again, he feels like he has disappointed himself and he has disappointed you. So Mai, your DM is actually feeling this sense of instability within him, and he feels like he shouldn't have lied to you again by pushing you away, but he does that whenever he feels pressure, because whenever he sees you, he puts this pressure on himself, and it's got nothing to do with you, just his expectations, thinking that you are expecting these things of him. So example, when he sees you, he thinks that you're trying to force him into marriage or union or some kind of a label, but the reality, that is not the case. You just want him to be present, you just want him to be there, you just want him to be happy and normal. So that is what is taking time to realize. No one is pressuring him or pushing him into a relationship. It is him who's thinking that way. So, because he already has unhealthy attachment styles and abandonment issues, he goes into this rejection mode whenever he feels like he needs to make a decision. So, that's why whenever he comes close to you, he goes into old ways and he starts going into runner zone 100%. But the reality is, none of what he says in 3D he means it, except for the good stuff, the positive stuff. Like when he says he loves you, he means it. But when he says that he wants time and pushes you away, you know he doesn't mean it. So this is what's going on with him. So energetically, he's working through his issues of attachment styles, unhealthy attachment styles. He's also working through issues of abandonment in his childhood and things like that. He's trying to heal that and realize that you are not placing any kind of pressure on him. It is him who thinks that you are placing the pressure. So that is what's going on with him energetically right now. And that realization is coming through him because there is nothing you have done or said to make him feel that way. It is him. So in other words, when he sees you, he wants to give you everything. So it is him. So he is pressuring himself and running away from his own pressure. So when he sees you, he wants children, he wants marriage, he wants commitment. And then he freaks out. Will I be able to give her the happy life she deserves? And then he goes into that wounded masculine state. So that is what I'm picking up today. But the messages I'm getting from him is that he just wants you to know that things will get better and that he will do anything and everything he can to make a change in his life. He will literally do anything and everything he can to make a change, and it's hitting him so hard, just as you are saying. I feel this channeling so hard that he needs to know that he cannot go on this vicious cycle again. So you are going to have a breakthrough really soon. So you just be who you are, you just keep being the person you are, pure, 100% authentic, and things will just change for the better. So I hope you have enjoyed this channeling. With that, I'll go on to Rebecca, dearest. Are you here? Thanks for. Oh my God, I realize all of you guys are sending me angel number tips. You guys are so cool. So, Rebecca, are you here? Are you here? Before I start your channeling. So, I've got Rebecca, Q, Dawn, Laura, Shay, Nicole, Tina, Shannon, Samantha, Jessica, Diana, and Adriel. So, guys, you can time yourself out according to time yourselves according to the positioning of the channeling, so you guys don't have to listen to other people's channeling, because sometimes the waiting, you guys are already waiting for a very very long time for your divine masculines, right? So don't want you guys to wait for this channeling too. Rebecca, yes, tell me everything. Just kidding. Feeling giddy, no idea why. I think I think he's participating in this channeling with us. Sometimes I just feel like when I'm channeling or when I'm doing videos, I am completely different to my daily profession, right? As an attorney. Like I'm like seriously thinking, will I be ever be able to channel a case in court? Of course, a big no, right? Like how I have completely two lives. Oh dear, oh dear. Another thing is, Rebecca, before I start your channeling, sometimes people say that I'm completely not approachable. And then they say after they start to know me, like I'm one of the friendliest people ever. So really, so this is just a reminder of how sometimes we just assume things without really realizing the situation. We assume things about our DM. We think this is who he is based on his past behavior. But who is he truly? That is something for you to figure out. With that, Rebecca, I'm literally tapping onto your giddiness. Maybe that's why I'm so giggly, right? Before that, Mai is saying, thank you so much, Vaish. I feel this channeling so much. Love you and appreciate you eternally. Oh, thank you so much, Mai. Really, really appreciate that. Moni, yes, I did say. So you are after Tina. I'll read the list again. So it is Rebecca, Q, Dawn, Shay, Nicole, Tina, Moni, Shannon, Samantha, Jessica, Diana, Adriel. Yes. Oh my gosh, I think both of your hearts are racing. Maybe he is maybe doing bungee jumping or something, but definitely there is some kind of stimuli involved there. So I think he's into some kind of an adventure, and given maybe he's dreaming about you, because given the time in Switzerland right now, it's probably like 4 or 5 a.m., right? So he's probably having a dream, and that's why your heart is racing, his heart is racing, and because I'm tapping onto your energies, my heart is racing. Oh my goodness, today's life is so contagious. I hope you all are giggling along as well. So, Rebecca, what am I picking up? Your divine masculine is dreaming about you more than ever. He literally feels like he feels threatened by your command of English because he thinks you're a teacher and he will never be able to be as smart as you. He feels he will never be able to be an intellectual equal of yours. And that comes from his place of insecurity. Sometimes he gets so insecure that he starts to really, really experience this mannerism of pushing you away. He goes into this zone where he just feels like he's not good enough at all. Because naturally, his wounded masculine state is that he's very controlling. And in a way, it is good for his profession. Having that control over his career and his life is perfect. But when it comes to you and the twin flame journey, he realizes that letting go of control is the number one priority, and also judging himself and the relationship is a big no no, because you would never think of him in that way at all. You would just think of him in just beautiful ways. In fact, there's only unconditional love in your energies. And when it comes to him, he just basks in the unconditional love. But whenever he communicates, so what I'm seeing is his throat chakra is evolving, and he's going through this change where he's trying to figure out like what is happening with his life, and he's trying to see. So in a way, he watches you all the time and he knows what you're up to. He knows your next move. He's a master of the physical reality. He's a technological expert, so he knows. So like example, in a psychic way, you know what he's up to and stuff like that. Energetically, he knows it in a physical way. So there's so much leela and humor and fun in it. But the issues that are totally developing is this joy, this eternal joy. So he does have a lot of intimate dreams about you. Probably that's why his heart is raising, your heart is raising. And when I'm channeling your hearts, both of your hearts are raising collectively, and there's a giddiness because you guys are having orgasmic joy. But it's very beautiful. And the most beautiful thing is how much you guys have evolved in your relationship since you met. how much both of you have come together in so many ways, like how you have transformed your lives in so many ways. From the point you met to where you are now, you can see that growth and evolution. And he may not understand it in a twin flame context, but he sure knows that you have been the inspiration behind his own growth and beauty and everything. So it's truly 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 beautiful in that regard, where there is this unconditional surrender between the both of you. So that's what I'm picking up, Rebecca, that unconditional surrender. And that surrender is looking so beautiful. So I'm seeing a lot of yellow and orange and green and pink and gold. And it's just showing how you're both like just so in love with each other in so many different ways, in so many different dimensions. I'm seeing you guys meeting up a lot. So literally your higher dimensional selves, like your ninth D selves, eighth D selves, are just being part of so many like dates. So you're literally having higher dimensional dates at the moment. And probably that's why your heart is racing, because this version of yourself is just experiencing it full blown. With that, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling. Rebecca and Gabriella, yes, I can convert it there. So, which means instead of doing the channeling in that New Year post, I can do the channeling here. Yes, Harshi, you can. So I'll add you to the list, Gabriella. So absolutely, thank you for that. So I'll add Gabriella to the list. And as usual, Bunny, you also wanted the channeling here instead of a written channeling. So I'm going to add Bunny there as well. That's what you messaged me, right? So yes. All right. So let me read the list again. Oops. Thanks, love. I feel it. That's what Rebecca says. I don't know. Some of these lives are just so fun. Yes, Shilpi said that too. All right, perfect. So let me go through the updated list. So I've got Q, I've got Dawn, I've got Shay, I've got Nicole, I have got Tina, I've got Moni, I have got Shannon, I've got Samantha, I've got Jessica, I've got Diana, I've got Adriel, I've got Gabriella, and I've got Bunny. Perfect. So, Q, are you here? I think Q is not here. Yes, Dawn. Yes, Laura. Sorry. Yes. After you is Laura. Thanks, guys, for helping me out in that. Okay. Because you guys literally donated me for that 2024 one. If Gabriella, you're here, I will follow that order. And if you guys don't mind me, I'll just finish Gabriella and Bunnies and then I'll continue with the list. Apologies for that because I'm trying to follow that at the time I received the tip, right? And both Bunny and Gabriella converted it. So I will do Gabriella's and I will do Bunny and then I'll continue if you guys don't mind. Okay, so buddy, just give me a minute and you are next on the list because Q is not here anyway. So let me just click it. And I know Gabriella is like, Gabriella, are you here? Would you like me to do your channeling right now? Okay, Gabriella is not here, so I will do. I will. Okay, so I don't know what to do now. Maybe Gabriella left. All right. Okay, so Gabriella, I'll do yours now. Do you have a particular question? Ask me. And then I'm going to do Bunny because you guys are part of that list. Oh my goodness. The lawyer in me is just. All right. So, Gabriella, what am I picking up? Again, it's been a while since I saw you. I think I read for you like 3 months ago, right? So, energetically, what has shifted? So, what I'm picking up is that both you and your person are hitting another milestone in 2024. There is that deep sense of renewal and regrowth and evolution that is taking place between the both of you. I see a lot of pain still coming from you. There's a lot of healing that is going on with you, consciously, subconsciously, energetically. Also, I'm seeing a lot of activations and downloads that are coming through, and they're very heart centered. So, you may be feeling this heaviness in your heart that has been going on for a while, and you will also notice this, like that, notice this deep change within you. You will feel like you're a completely new person shedding off old skin. So that's what's happening with your physical energetic body. You are literally shedding parts of you that has been really holding you back for a very long time. So 2024 is going to be a year where it's going to like shift tremendously. You are going to start experiencing changes in every aspect of your life. So even though romance might not be the predominant focus in your life, other aspects of your life is going to come up, and then eventually your connection with your person will just miraculously work. Like you will be thinking, hey, the moment I took focus out of it and started focusing on other aspects of my life, you will see your person just returning to you. So that's what I'm picking up, Gabriella. And the messages I'm getting from your guy is that he wants you to know that he's deeply saddened by his own behavior towards you. He is infuriated of how things turned out the way they have turned out. Like with a lot of things happening and with how things have been just fluctuating up and down with his own life in terms of his ambitions and aspirations, and he feels like he projected all of them on you. Like all of his failed desires, he blames it. Instead of blaming it on himself, he projects it on you because you are the one who's available. And because you guys are so connected to one another, you just feel all of what he's feeling. So he wants to apologize to you for that. Secondly, he's also very determined about changing the way he treats you and approaches you. So I see a massive shift. So there's more stability as far as your connection is concerned. So there's going to be more romantic encounters. So I definitely see romance coming your way. I also seeing that you will feel more peace. At the moment, I sense a lot of anxiousness within you, and that comes from your root and sacral. But I do see a lot of balance coming in. So keep surrendering to the process, keep surrendering to the journey, and everything will be in alignment when you least expect it. So you just have to live it. So, with that, Gabriella, I hope you have enjoyed your channeling. And Bunny, do you have a specific question? And I will do yours. All right. Thank you for that. Bunny's question: when do you see us connecting in the 3D? Why do you feel he's feeling so lonely and sad at the moment? All right. The 3D physical connection is going to take a while because I do see inherent obstacles and stagnancies. stagnancy, and that is coming from his energetic field. So lately there's been a lot of pressure from his family, and literally he's being caged. So he's being caged physically and energetically, so he literally is not able to go out or live freely anymore. It's as though his partner has just placed this emotional, energetic cage around him to prevent him from living life to the fullest. So, in other words, she hates it when he's happy. So, there's going to be a bit of stagnancy because of that, but you guys will definitely meet each other. I see March, April, but of course, there will be communication coming through anytime from now. And that is the reason why he's feeling so lonely and sad at the moment, because there is a lot of threats that's happening. His wife is causing him to feel a lot of tension and stress, and she's just manipulating him and gaslighting him, and hence why you're tapping onto that a lot. So it's quite painful. Like, I feel so much heaviness in his heart at the moment, and Bunny, you're probably picking up on that as well. That pain that he's experiencing, so you're experiencing. So from your end, things are looking so much like energetically. I see like deep release happening within you, that you are like totally like finding yourself, but at the same time there's still a little bit of obstacles that you are still working on, which is fine, but you guys will definitely come together, and 2024 is going to give stability. So what I see is that he's going to make a big decision concerning his marriage. So I feel like he's just going to break it to his wife that he wants to re rethink about the entire relationship. And I definitely feel that, like, I do sense some kind of separation taking place with with him and his wife. Definitely I see that coming. You have another question. Bunny is asking, do you see me working anytime soon? I feel like you're going to have a new passion, and that passion is also going to give you that monetary stability that you're looking for. So, in a way, I feel like it will be something new, but at the same time you'll still be pursuing other of your passions as well. So you're going to have like multiple streams of income in a way, but there's going to be a new passion that you're going to develop that is actually going to be profitable. So I do see you working soon, but you'll be working in your own terms. So you might be collaborating with someone, or you may be solely working on your own terms, and it's going to be like commission based, or if it's your own business, you're going to like 100% make what you are earning. So I do see you working. It's just that I'm seeing a lot. So multiple streams of income, multiple professions, new skills being acquired. So that's where I'm seeing. But in terms of your connection with your person, I do see that there will be a definitely there will be a directional move. Like, I feel like it will be a situation where you will have to make a decision with regards to your life. That's how fast it's going to happen. So the first 3 months is going to be stagnant, and then things will speed up like you won't even expect it. So then he's just going to come around, and things are just going to develop, and before you know it, you guys would be so intertwined together physically that both of you have to make bold choices in your life. So that's what I see. In terms of career, I see multiple, so it's looking good. So 2024 is going to bring that abundance that you're seeking, Bunny. So with that, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling. And Gabriella says, "Oh, thank you so much, Vi. Channelings get better and better every time. You're awesome." Oh, thank you so much, Gabriella. And yes, I hope to see you again next week. And next up, I have got Q Dawn Laura, Shay Nicole Tina, Moni, Shannon, Samantha, Jessica, Diana, Adriel, and Harshi. It's so interesting, right? Thanks, Bunny. Bunny is saying, thank you for such an amazing channeling. Oh, thank you so much. Sending you loads of love too. Yeah, I totally feel that too. Like, Gabriella, you're right. I just feel like my channelings are just getting better and better. Must be the 2024 energies and also the 13-1 infinity portal, like I'm just connecting to those energies already. So it's amazing time, guys. Amazing period in your lives. Like, totally awesome year. All right, Q. What is it that I am feeling? So, Q, what I'm picking up again is a lot of anger and pain and grief. And again, the anger is so much towards yourselves. So, your divine masculine is so angry at himself for not making the effort. Like, he feels like no matter how much he does, it's never enough for him. He feels like he will never be able to give you what you need and require. And he feels like he never communicates what's bothering him. So he's constantly going back and forth into how he can kind of make you happy because his paramount purpose is to see you happy, and he knows you have suffered so much, Q, and he hates it that he becomes that suffering time to time because he feels it 100%. He feels your pain and suffering and your struggle, and he hates it when he's the reason. But he wants you to know that he's suffering a million times more, and it shouldn't even be so. He's literally saying that it shouldn't even be a competition that both of you are suffering and who suffers more, but instead both of you should come up with a solution where both of you can be happy and in balance and in more of the rhythm of the physical realities of life. So distance is just causing him a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, and he wants to transmute that. He wants this year to be new. He wants to make a difference. He just wants to break all barriers and just live with you in eternal bliss. So that's where he is right now. And the messages I'm getting from your guy is that your DM wants you to know that he just wants to be with you. He wants to just directly be with you. He doesn't even like messaging or communicating with you over phone or video calls, but he actually wants to be with you all the time. So in a way, he is obsessed with being with you, but in not an unhealthy way, maybe. So probably that's what he needs to work on there. So I do see a lot of desperation energies that are being revealed. So, in a way, he is desperate for happiness, and he knows that it's not you that is the source of his happiness, but together you guys will be able to heal and grow together. So his higher self guides him with that, but there's certain lower wounds that he's releasing. So he's trying to release certain patterns that he had experienced in old relationship and stuff like that. So I'm picking up a lot on that. So feelings that he needs to heal. So he's going through a massive healing process right now, like totally a complete reset to what he was experiencing in 2023. So 2024, it's like wholeness. I feel like he's becoming whole so that when he gets together with you, you guys will totally become the original whole, right? As a twin flame. So that is what's going on. And his messages to you is that he's highly apologetic. He just wants to say sorry for all that he's doing, and that he's saying that he just doesn't know how to handle his suffering because he just doesn't know what this is that he feels about you. He knows that he can't exist without you, and the pull towards you is unexplainable. But his higher self wants you to know that he will do anything and everything to treat you like the queen you deserve to be treated. With that, Q, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling. And with that, I've got Dawn, and then after that, I've Laura. Dawn, you already told me you wanted a general channeling. So, Dawn, are you here? Let me know you are here. I realize I still have got Dawn, Laura, Shay, Nicole, Tina, Moni, Shannon, Samantha, Jessica, Diana, Adriel, and Harshi. Yes, so Dawn, I am seeing a lot of the themes I see for you as part of this reading is security. I feel like you are just going to feel so much more security in your life this year. Like you are going to be in a state where you feel so stable that you will start to wonder if you are ever in a state where you didn't feel secure at all. So that is where this year is headed for you. And I also feel like you are totally being in connection with the energies. Like you are able to read energies better. So this is really, really going to help you at work. Because you're going to be in a position whereby you can just read the room and you will be 100% correct about it. And I feel like both you and your DM are sharing collective abilities. So when you are transforming, he's also transforming. So, in other words, you're both becoming superhumans and like your psychic gifts are becoming unlocked. And I just see abundance. Another big theme of this reading is abundance. So much abundance is going to come your way that you will realize that, hey, what used to be dreams are becoming reality, and it's happening and in such a quick, like there's no time or space with regards to it. It's just moving so quickly that you're finally living your life to the point that you're pinching yourself and thinking, is this reality? Where's all the pain and suffering gone to? So that is what you're going to experience, Dawn, like 100%. I see this massive, massive, massive transformation. And also, you're going to enjoy that Taylor Swift concert, as we talked about. Taylor Swift in it. Taylor Swift herself has wrote songs about twin flames. Her probably being a twin flame herself. So you're gonna have a great time at the twin. I mean, what am I saying? Twin flame concert, Taylor Swift concert. And everything will go all right. Like both you and your daughter will have such a ball of a time, and you don't have to worry about it at all. It's going to be so magical, and I feel like you will tell me after the concert that you felt like it was a dimensional shift. Like you totally felt like it was an interdimensional portal that was open or something like that. So you're 100% going to experience that, Dawn, and you will huff and puff and oh my gosh, you are just going to have such an amazing, amazing time and amazing, amazing life, and everything is just going to fall in place. And the thing is, it's all going to happen so quickly that you're not even going to think about it or dwell about it. It's just going to happen. Like life is going to speed up and it's going to gain such momentum that you will feel like, hey, maybe all that stagnancy had a purpose for this momentum to build up. So that's what I'm picking up for you, Dawn. And with that, I am going to go to your friend Laura. So is Laura here? So I'm going to give it a couple of seconds for Laura to get in. And so I've got Laura, Shay, Nicole, Tina, Moni, Shannon, Samantha, Jessica, Diana, and Adriel. All right, Dawn, go pink your friend. Of course, it's not a want anymore. Harshi saying, hey Vash, again, I'm at the end of the list. I was working till 6 a.m., so I woke up just now. So I just wanted to know why am I feeling the heaviness and all right, I will type your question. Oh, so what do you want me to do, Dawn? Like, do you want me to just do a general channeling for your friend? Harshi, I am noting your question. Yes, you're at the end of the list, so you can go take a break. I think by the time I go through this list, it will at least take 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So oh, yes, 206, exactly. All right, what am I picking up for beautiful, beautiful Laura? So, what I am getting immediately is that change is inevitable, and this time, change is going to be profoundly beautiful in your life, Laura. You are going to understand that life may be mean in the past, but life is just going to get happier for you. And the change you're going to experience is just going to unlock hidden potential within you and your relationship with your guy. And also, you will start to experience this amazing, amazing shift in your life. And that shift may not start off so quickly, but it will happen in phases throughout the year. So, what I'm picking up is perhaps there will be a major shift in your career, and that will impact your friendship circle, and that will impact your hobbies and inspiration and aspiration. So it could be a situation where you may feel like you are promoted at work, and then you get a new circle of friends, and then you start pursuing new hobbies, and through the hobbies you will gain more friends, and that will inspire you to unlock hidden potentials within you. I do see you attending group classes of some sort, so it could be yoga, it could be meditation, you may be learning a skill together, who knows, something like pottery, or you might just go on a be part of a hiking circle or something like that. But I definitely see a lot of sisterhood energies in your energetic field. So you're going to really, really build like your tribe. You're going to be part of a tribe, and all of y'all are going to inspire one another. I see newness, I see renewal, I see magic, I see transformation, and I'm also seeing release. Like you are completely surrendering to what life is. Like you're no longer holding on to these things. And that's when change, being inevitable, will completely start becoming your motto in life. Like you're going to accept change as a good thing. In the past, you would be like, hey, change might be scary. But now you're like, change is actually beautiful because you are being exposed to more and more beautiful and transformative experiences. So that is what I am picking up for you, Laura. Great, great transformation, great, great inspiration. Like there's a music to your soul that is being heard by you. Like finally you feel in connection with your soul, and the rhythm of your physical body, mind, and soul, they're all coming into alignment. So I would say that this year it's about solo transformation, and this will impact your relationship. And then you will just, the second half of the year, you're just going to experience miracles after miracles and miracles after miracles, and then all of a sudden you'll be like, so this is what I should have done. But then again, it's all in divine timing, right? So with that, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling. And yes, Dawn, I will. Thank goodness you have noted the time. So yes, she can go and listen to the recording at that specific time. So next up, I have got Shay. Shay, are you here? Yes, Shay. No specific question, just current energy between F and I. So what am I picking up, Shay? I am actually picking up this. Like I feel like F wants to tell you some of his secrets, and he's freaking out about it. But the reality is that the secrets are no big deal. Like when you hear them, you will like give him that consolation that there is nothing that you have to fear about it. Like your opinion of him is not going to change based on the secrets. So that is part of his healing process. There are certain things that he has been wanting to talk to you about for a long time, but he always felt that if he tells you these secrets, you're going to push him away. So that's what I'm feeling. He wants to just blurt it out to you, and right now he's at that energy whereby he's like, whatever happens, he's going to accept it as it is. So you are definitely going to hear some mind revealing secrets about him. But again, you don't have to be alarmed, because you'll be like, damn, is this what he was freaking out about? So it's going to be that, but it's going to be very, very, very crucial for his healing process and energetic process. So I'm definitely tapping onto that. And another thing is, once he reveals these secrets to you, you'll feel like this entire burden is lifted out his chest. So definitely you will be getting a series of secrets coming from him. They're not confessions or anything like that, because these are things from his childhood, things from his teenagehood, things that he has been hiding deep within, thoughts that he has about evolution and life, and even some of it will be about him being a star seed. So stuff like that, stuff that he has been holding back, dreams and encounters. So it could be stuff that, so that big revelation is going to come to you. So besides that, your energies are very soothing. 2024 is looking very, very promising. You guys are just becoming closer and closer, and after these secrets are revealed, you are just going to become like two peas in a pod, like completely inseparable. He has definitely become more stronger, become more stable. He's more in alignment. He just wants to give you that stability forever, infinitely. So that's what I'm picking up, Shay. So much of transformation. With that, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling. And next up, I have got Nicole. Nicole, dearest, are you here? Just going to give it a second. Just realized I'm only halfway through my list. That's why I should never have appointments like after my life, because I don't know when my life is going to end. I'm so giggly today, really. I just feel like everything is in alignment today. It's probably the 13-1 infinity portal energies. Like, I always start feeling the energies even before they start, like even before the portal opens. So totally, totally transformative. But guys, I'll highly, highly, highly recommend that. Like, highly recommend you guys get the 13-1 infinity healing. With that, I'm going to go on to Nicole. I don't see Nicole here, but Nicole, I am starting your channeling exactly at 20:14:42. Maybe Dawn, I should be doing these timings, so it'll be easier for people to like maybe future lives. But yes, Nicole, I'm going to start your channeling. So what am I picking up? So I am picking up a grave change in your life, like completely. So it's going to be something like you're literally going to be pulled out from one situation and placed into a better situation. It's like your guides and God and the universe can't accept the struggles you're going through right now, that they're literally removing you from a situation that is just depleting you of your vital energies. So you are being protected, guided, and being shifted. Nicole, I already started your reading. Do you have a specific question? So I was just saying that you are literally being moved to another situation because your guides and angels can't bear the suffering that you're going through. You're literally going to be like pulled out of this situation and placed in another situation. But when you're being pulled out, you will feel a lot of fear as to what is going to happen. So that is what I am sensing. So the newer place that you're going to be energetically is going to be a place where you're going to be filled with unconditional love in every aspect of your life. So this couple of weeks is going to be about self love and different kinds of love. And this will connect to your journey as a twin flame, because eventually you will realize that everything is connected. And because your divine masculine is just going through this enormous moment of awakening as to what love is about, you're kind of like mirroring him. So he needs to understand what this love is about to truly embrace the situation and the relationship and the growth and the evolution. So, when he's experiencing this, you're simultaneously going to experience love in general, love in specific. And then with that, you're going to see a massive shift that is going to come through in your life. You're going to go into this bubble where it will just be the both of you, and you will have a lot of intimate energetic exchanges, and that will just anchor into the 3D physical reality. So in other words, it's just going to happen, like just going to happen one by one. You're just going to like get into that space where you're just going to reveal your feelings to each other, and it's going to go really, really well. So 2024 is really promising, and I feel like all your problems are going to become momentums of strength to you. So, literally, everything that you're going through, which you would consider struggles and sufferings, are going to just change and become unconditional love. So, that is what I'm picking up for you, Nicole. Like, so the messages that I'm getting from your divine masculine is that he wants you to know that he has got so much trouble understanding what love is because he has never been loved unconditionally before, and he doesn't know what love is. So he goes into this fight or flight mode whenever he witnesses true love. And the whole thing is that he just doesn't know what love is at all. He thinks that unconditional love can't happen between romantic partners. He thinks unconditional love can only happen between a parent and a child. But that is shifting, because when you are in a twin flame journey, unconditional love is the whole purpose, right? To realize that love is unconditional. Love always has to be conditional, and only on earth you can actually experience conditional love. So that's what his mind is shifting towards: complete surrender, complete trust. I also see him being connected to God and surrendering. So he will definitely come to you with a bouquet of flowers. I'm clearly seeing this. I do see flowers. Again, flowers are symbolic, so it could be a kind of affection, expression, romanticism that he's going to come. So it could even be a bouquet emoticon that he sends when he messages you. So, but I definitely see that very bright and tight. So with that, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling, and I'm going to move on to Tina Gray. So Tina has got a long question here. So Nicole, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling. And with that, Tina says, I've sent a donation for tonight's channeling. I'm sorry I couldn't. Oh, don't worry about that, Tina, at all. Um, Tina's question is, she wants to know if Alex got the Reiki she sent him, and she wants to know he's going through a tough time right now, that she can feel it, and she dreams about him, and he stood facing her, and will talk like, to know if he has dreams too, and what message my guides have for you. Thank you so much for your time. All right, so let me break down this channeling, because you have a couple of questions here. Yes, firstly, I would the Reiki you sent for him, he has received it, and he thanks you unconditionally for that, because he really, really needed that Reiki healing, and he's so grateful to you for sending it through. And he also wants to share his love and gratitude to you for that. And he also wants to say he is going through a very tough time, but he's so happy that he gets to dream about you too. So both of you are actually having collective dream experiences, which is so beautiful. And he is actually talking to you in the astral. So there's a lot of in depth astral communication happening between the both of you. And I notice a lot of changes that is coming your way, a lot of deep seated changes. So your guides want you to know that what you're doing is the best for the moment. You are doing what you can to the best, and also you are able to like transmute these energies of joy and fulfillment and contentment um, to Alex. And Alex is deeply, deeply in gratitude. So the messages I'm getting from Alex is that he wants you to know that he has received the healing with so much gratitude and love towards you. And he's also saying that he's in a tough spot right now. He's going through so much. He's trying to deal with addictions that he's trying to balance. He's trying to find that alignment that he's seeking. So he's, in a way, he's going through waves and waves of struggles and suffering, but he knows that you are always going to be there for him, and he's so grateful for that. So I feel this unconditional love oozing out of him towards you, saying that he wants to do so much for you, he's just unable to do so. Hence, that's why he keeps coming in your dreams, and he wants to assure you that he dreams about you a lot too. And it's like you guys hang out in the dreams because that's what's possible at the moment. With that, he just wants to say that he is so profoundly in love with you, and he just wants to give himself to you completely. And your guides want you to know that everything will be okay, and things will get better, and life will get better, and things will just transform and change, and everything that you have ever experienced that is causing you so much misery and pain is just going to transform, and it's going to change. So good times are coming ahead for you, Tina, and they're just going to massively create that magic and miracles that you are so seeking. And with that, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling. And I've got Moni. Moni, dearest, are you here? All right, I'm just going to give it a second. So I've got Moni, Shannon, Samantha, Jessica, Diana, Adriel, and Harshi. Yes, so Moni, you've got a question. So your question is Eric awakening to our connection? Does he have any messages for me? Well, to answer your question directly, he is awakening to the connection, but of course, as a divine masculine, he doesn't perceive as a like it's not the way you understand the twin flame connection. He perceives it in his own way. So he's definitely awakening to the connection in his own terms. And there's so much of bliss, and it's as though you guys are becoming teenagers again. And he's finally opening up. I do see a lot of wounds that has been hidden within him are coming to the surface, and there's a massive healing that's going on between the both of you. And that's why lately he has been able to express that lighter version of himself towards you. So I do see this stability and security, and that steadiness. In the past, he was afraid because he always thought that you're very attractive, very gorgeous, and he felt like he could never have you, like he's not going to be part of that massive crowd of people who are attracted to you. But lately he realizes that your love towards him is 100% genuine, and you only think about him, and he has awakened to the fact that you guys share a connection like nothing ever. So that's what I am picking up, Moni. And the messages he has for you is that he's deeply insecure all the time, but lately he's becoming more secure. And he always felt like you are so attractive, like totally a knockout. Like you are so gorgeous, and your personality, it's like he never thought he could have a woman like you in his life. And even now, he's in a state of disbelief that he could even be with. He actually puts you up in such a pedestal. Like he really like worships you like a goddess, and he wants to reveal that to you. So a big part of his life right now is accepting the reality as it is. So his messages to you is that he's so in love with you, and he's so in awe with you. He realizes there's so much depth to you, and he apologizes for not understanding that, and for pushing you away, and for being mean to you in the past. And he feels like no matter how much he apologized to you, he will never get to that state where he can fully transcend all that he feels, and help you to realize that he is so grateful to you and your presence, and he looks forward to a lifetime of building your lives together, and to evolve and to grow and to have all these adventures and experiences. He wants to go on so many dates with you, Moni. Like right now, he just wants to wine and dine and take you on adventures and go on long walks in parks, and he's feeling like he's 16 all over again. And he feels like this is the first time he has ever fallen in love. Like, he's saying that he never really had any real relationships, and like you are the only one who has showed him what love is. So this is what I am channeling and picking up. I hope you have enjoyed this channeling, Moni. With that, I am going on to Shannon. So I've got Shannon, Samantha, Jessica, Diana, Adriel, and Harshi. All right. All right, guys, I'm just going to take a break and I'll be back. Wow, there's this silence. All right, what are you saying? Thank you, V. I love you to pieces. So in the interim, I managed to reply to an email. See, even my break is like I'm working. All right. So who do I have right now? I think I'm doing. Oh my goodness, it's 2 hours and 30 minutes. I've got Shannon, I've got Samantha, I've got Jessica, I've got Diana, I've got Adriel, and Harshi. So Shannon is saying, "Hi Vaish, my question for channeling is, what's my twin focusing at his 3D life right now? Is he in a casual or formal relationship now? Why I don't feel the same strong feelings and connection towards him like I used to?" All right. Firstly, Shannon, his focus in his 3D life right now is just into addiction. So I'm seeing gaming or alcoholism, that is paramount. But I also feel like he's getting tired of old vices, and he's also trying to look at alternatives that would give him a stable sense of security and happiness. So I do see him googling about like yoga classes, or having that kind of like men's circle or support system. But I can assure you that he's neither in a casual or formal relationship right now. I don't see him even dating casually. Of course, there are people approaching him and vice versa, but they don't go beyond like the first meeting exchanges. There's nothing serious going on right now with him, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't feel the same strong feelings because of the fact that you are going through soul shock. So soul shock is when you're going through a massive reset, energetically. And when both of you are going through this collectively, what happens is that your body freezes, your soul freezes, and you might not be able to experience each other in that moment. So it's very temporary. So you will start feeling him more and more. And in fact, after the upgrade, that download, and the whole upgrade in the system, your communication with him will become stronger. So, in a way, it's good. So, don't worry about that. So, what I can say is that things are getting better. They are looking very, very transformative. Your divine masculine is actually searching for you, but he's searching it through hobbies. So he's trying to find a hobby that will give him peace and stability. And I feel like he's garnering the strength to come back to you, but he just doesn't want to come back to you and make things repeat itself. So I'm also sensing he has got fear. He's like afraid. He's afraid of saying something wrong and pushing you away. So he feels like that's what happened with the previous encounters, that he would always come back with so much hope for the relationship, and then he will do something or say something and screw it up, and he feels like he doesn't want to do that again. So this time he wants to have a plan, he wants to have a strategy, and he wants to have the feeling of calmness, so that when he comes back he's able to offer you that comfort and stability that you so deserve. So that is what I am picking up from your divine masculine right now. I'm actually picking up that he wants to give you that stability that you so deserve. And also, he wants you to know that there is nothing that you did was wrong. It has always been his fault. It's just that he didn't realize that it was his fault all this while, because he was so entrapped in his own ego. But things are changing right now, and he's basically, his 3D self is saying that he's not going to date anyone until he figures out what he has with you, and that figuring out is going to turn up into a union. And then you guys are going to just have that stability and that physical reunion, and then together I see marriage and kids, and you're going to literally have a twin flame union and have a very normal life, which both of you are craving so much. It's going to be filled with dates and affection and intimacy and so much potential. I see so much potential, but it's all in timing, in divine timing. And he just wants you to be secure and not be too carried away by what he's going through. But definitely he's searching, and he will realize at the end of that search is that he has always been searching for you. So that's when that evolution and that haha moment is going to happen. With that, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling, Shannon, and I'm going to go on to Jessica. Wait, sorry, Samantha. Oh my goodness. So I've got Samantha, Jessica, Diana, Adriel, and Harshi. So Samantha's question is, I may or may not be able to watch the whole live, but as always, thank you for all you do. Oh, thank you, Samantha. I'm so grateful for that. I felt a positive shift this week, maybe a channeling regarding that. Well, you're spot on. It is a positive shift, and it's also offering you a glimpse of what reality is going to be. Perfect timing. You are here as well. And congratulations. I'm so glad that after his last minute trip, you actually, after that encounter you had with him, you feel this massive shift. No, the hunting trip is because he's celebrating, he's enjoying, he's happy that things have just transformed between the both of you. So consider this hunting trip a celebration. He's not running. He's actually celebrating that peace and comfort he gets from you. Also, the hunting trip is to reorganize his thoughts about the relationship he has with the other party. He wants to terminate it completely. So this hunting trip is about celebrating you and also finding a amicable solution to the other party. So I definitely see separation, like a big time separation with him and him, that it's going to be very uncomfortable. It's going to be very messy, but he is ready to face it all. So that's what he's feeling. So there's no running from you. It's more of trying to figure his thoughts out with regards to other aspects in his life. So he is so excited about the positive shift. He's so excited that you guys are going to get together again, and he knows that finally 2024 is the year. Like 2024 is going to be the year of marriage and sacredness and adventures and children. He is definitely so prepared to start that family with you, and I actually see a lot of kids, so you may have like twins or triplets for all we know, but definitely it is a very, very auspicious momentum. There's a lot of momentum and auspiciousness in this shift that you're experiencing, and definitely it's headed in the right direction. And you don't have to worry, he's actually running towards you, not running away from you. So the quietness is because he's trying to find a way to terminate the other problems in his life. That's why. Or you already have twins in your family, so you're probably going to have triplets or twins. So advance congratulations to you, Samantha, already. Literally, like I feel like your guides and the angels are all celebrating this moment, this shift that has happened to you, and all of your hard work, all of the healings, everything that you've been doing the last couple of years, like everything is shaping up, and you're finally seeing the results of your effort and your devotion to God and the journey. It's like the miracle is happening. So I will say enjoy it. Enjoy the moment and stop overthinking. Just live the moment, enjoy it, and just think about the future children who are going to come into your life. You can even start communicating with them from the starseed realms. So with that, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling, Samantha. And I am going on to Jessica. So Jessica, are you here? Oh, Samantha says, thanks, Vash. It's been a long back and forth, hot and cold journey, but the end will be so absolutely. It's going to be so worth it. Like you're going to totally say this. Like one of the lives you're going to be like, you guys are finally married, and another life you'll be like, you're pregnant. And all of this is definitely going to happen, like 100% guaranteed. All right, Jessica, do I see you? And let me just check if Jessica had a question. All right. I'm just going through. Oops, Jessica just said channeling. All right, Jessica, what am I picking up for you? So, Jessica, what I am actually picking up for you is that there's going to be this momentous change that is going to occur, like a deep, momentous change. And this change is about you. It's going to be centered around you, your external environment. So I do see you relocating or moving. Like there's definitely, if there's not a physical move, there's definitely an energetic move. That is number one. Secondly, what I'm tapping from your energetic fields are that romance is at a all-time high right now. Like you are going to feel love, experience love, give love, and receive love. Like the theme for you this year is going to be love. Like love is all there is. Literally, that is what I'm picking up and channeling for you, Jessica. So the messages I'm getting from your person, your divine counterpart, is that he just wants you to know that he is nervous and he's so excited and he's enthralled as to what the future is going to bring about. Lately, there's been a lot of struggles and pain with regards to his life, but definitely he's saying that there's a shift. I see a lot of gold in your energetic field, and I see a lot of blue as well. So there's transformation, there's massive transformation going on between your collective combined energetic fields. Also, at the same time, I feel like you're going through a massive release. So you are both mirroring each other and getting rid of those obstacles and things that is really keeping you in that state, that lower vibration. So this is the time and opportunity to release it, like release it to the universe. So that's what I'm picking up and feeling as far as your energy is concerned. And finally, the messages your person wants you to receive is that he wants you to know that you are one beautiful soul, and he's so grateful to have you in his life, and he's mystified and he's totally in awe of you. With that, I hope you've enjoyed this channeling. Now it's Diana. Diana, I don't know if you're here. And Diana, do you have a question? Let me see. Nope, Diana hasn't written anything. But Diana, if you are here, all right. Oh, I only have three more people. I've got Diana, I've got Adriel, and I've got Harshi. So, Diana, do you have any questions, or do you just want me to do like a free range channeling? All right, absolutely, Diana. So, Diana's question is 3D thoughts and just the overall energy. So, his 3D thoughts, what is he going through at this moment? He's actually, it's like he is in so much bliss, and there's so much yearning, and there's so much missing. So literally in his mind he's like, I just want to be with her all the time, but I have to put up this front that I'm not a pushover, I'm not a person who listens to my women, because that's what his friends around him are telling him. Hey, why are you letting a woman control your life? Like, excuse me, you got to be totally cool. So he is like fighting these thoughts in his mind. One part, he thinks that he needs to be cool and he needs to hang out with his toxic friends because he thinks that's how life should be. Another part of him is that he's tired of this crap. In his mind, he's thinking he should just pack his bag and leave and come to you. So that is what's going on in his mind right now. So you might have unexpected, like he might literally propose to you whether he should like stay with you for the rest of his trip, because he's tired of the toxicity in the environment provided by his bros. And he's really, really awakening to that control, because they keep saying that you are the one who's controlling him, but he knows that they are the ones who are controlling him, and he's sick and tired of being controlled. He's just feeling this. He's like literally in a cage, and he's not allowed to do anything because his friends are literally making him party all the time and intoxicating all the time, and he's tired of those lower vibrations. He feels like he's being drugged, and he hates that. So Diana is saying, I've been laughing hard the last couple of days at him trying to awkwardly start conversation by him. I say, exactly, because he's so drugged by the people around him that he can't even get to his higher vibration to communicate with you. So the awkwardness is actually not in the communication with you, but in the environment he is right now. But finally, he's having this awakening that the power is within him. He doesn't have to listen to other people around him or take their advice. So he's literally thinking of running away from his friends and cutting them off for good. So, in an all practical way, you might just see him turning up at your door and saying that he is sorry for all that he did to you or said to you, and he would beg you to accept him. Also, I find a lot of romantic gestures coming his way. He's literally going to surprise you with a lot of things. So it might not be uh, like 3D physical surprises, but you might feel him the way he speaks with you, like the affection he shows to you, the stability, that energetic stability that he provides to you. All that is shifting as well. So, energetically, higher dimensionally, your energies are looking extremely lovely and looking very, very promising. I'm seeing a lot of gold, and I'm also seeing a lot of green, and I'm also seeing a lot of red. The red is his flight or fright mode of running away from his friend. So, I definitely see that massive root chakra realignment taking place. He's literally running away. He's being called to run away. So that is massively beautiful right now. I just see him going through this deep awakening within his soul. So this is what I'm picking up as far as your combined energies are going. Higher dimensionally, it's looking really, really beautiful. I see a lot of astral travel. I see a lot of intergalactic meetings that you're attending together. You're just unlocking codes. Even the meetings that you have had lately are all about unlocking codes for the higher purpose as grid workers, as mission workers, as star seeds, as twin flames. It's all happening with divine protection. So lately, divine protection is at an all-time high. So these friends, these NPCs, this toxicity is just disappearing, and before you know it, they will all be gone, and you will just be laughing about it. With that, Diana, I hope you've enjoyed this channeling. And Madonna, I'm still doing the channeling according to the order of the donation, so I'll reach out to you later. So I still have Adriel and Harshi. So Adriel, darling, are you here? You probably fell asleep. But I know it's pretty late, and do you have a particular question, Adriel, or do you just want a general channeling? Okay, I think Adriel is not. Oh, yes, perfect. Do you have a question, Adriel? I think there's a lag. All right, I will just give a general channeling. All right, general, whatever comes, aura color. All right, how are your auric fields looking right now? I see a lot of red and orange. So right now, your auric fields are giving out a lot of red. So there is this dire need. Like I see a shift. So from stagnancy is changing into passion and devotion. So in a way, it is transforming. So you would feel like all of this pain and this suffering that you have been going on indefinitely, it's going to change. So you're shifting into higher colors. So I'm actually seeing that shifting from red to orange to golden, green, and silver. But you're still stuck in the middle. So every time you are having like negative thoughts or you're feeling down, it goes down to red and orange. And then when you're free and you're in a state of surrender, it's going up to green, gold, and silver. So that's how your auric field is looking right now. So these are the dominant colors. Um, so yeah, so again, your guides are really proud of you of how far you've come, Adriel, and that they are so happy at the amount of work you have done, the amount of activations and breakthroughs you have had. Literally, your communication with your DM has transformed massively, and you have done everything that you can from your end. And the only thing your guides want you to know is to let go of those 3D feelings and emotions that are trying to entrap you. And these are actually energetic attacks from the not so good energy. So, to really bring your power up, so your guides want you to like consciously meditate, like not meditate, sit down in a room and meditate, but engage in like example the food donation programs to really take your mind off things, because the not so good energies can only control your mind. So if you give your mind to service and you give your soul to service, these things will change. So these are the messages I'm getting for you, Adriel. And as far as your twin flame connection is going, it is getting better. He might be stuck, he might be caged, but there is a solution that is being born out of being born as well. And your innocence and your beauty and your trust and your faith is just in this journey is all being adored and appreciated by the universe. So you will get the life you deserve. The magic will happen. So it's so close to shifting. So you guys just want you to not give up, just to hang in there, hold tight, and to remember that what you wish is meant to come through. Don't believe what other people says, what other people, if people are trying to put you down, don't believe them. You are meant to experience life to its fullest, and you are being taken care by your guides and your angels, and you have such loving and nurturing energies around you always. So even if you're dropping low, you will always have that boost energetically. With that, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling, Adriel. And the messages I'm getting from your DM is that he just wants to say sorry for all the pain and suffering you're going through. And he says that he's trying so hard to be there for you. His higher self is there with you always. And he says that he's sorry that he's just not able to come out of his situation at this moment. But that is changing. That is changing. And he will soon be able to come back into your life, and things will be superbly merry. With that, I hope you've enjoyed this channeling, Adriel. And finally, Harshi. Harshi, dearest, are you here? Probably not. So, Harshi's question is that she's been working till 6 a.m. She just woke up. Just wanted to know whether the heaviness in the heart region and pain every. Yes, it is due to your divine masculine 100%, Harshi. Um, Oh dear, you actually deleted his Snapchat number to avoid posts, and few days later, yes. So your divine masculine actually felt it. So in a way, he is right now in a state of shock of what is happening, but you had to do what you had to do because that was best for you at that moment. But the heart region and the pain that you're having right now, it is your connected collective energetic fields. He is experiencing a lot of pain because he feels like he's being rejected by you energetically, and he knows that he's the cause of it, but he's just so stuck right now, he doesn't know what to do. But his higher self wants you to know that he is coming back, and that he wants to make it right. He wants to do things better. He actually wants to get into this momentum of coming back into your life. Lately, his family members are talking a lot about you, and they're actually telling him, like encouraging him to actually reconnect with you and come back to you. So you have got his family support 100%. They love you, they adore you, and your DM is also going through breakthroughs in his life right now. I noticed that he's actually living out his dreams. So that optimum moment is going to come with regards to your life and union. So, to answer the second part of your question, Harshi, um, you also want to know if you should go towards learning tarot or something similar. You're recently drawn to it. The courses and healers who come can help are just popping on your Facebook. Do you think exactly 100%? I will highly encourage you to pursue these courses. Like, I think the time has come for you to become a healer, and this is like a reminder from the universe, like really anything that you feel drawn to, like you are completely in that moment to expand your skills, and it would really help. So go with where your interest lies, be it channeling, be it healing, being starseed stuff or the Akashic records, anything. 100% go towards this. Probably it is necessary for you to see the breakthrough in your journey as well. With that, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling, Harshi. And finally, the messages I'm getting from your DM is that he wants you to know that he's so sorry about all of the things that he may have done and said, but he definitely wants you to know that he's coming back. And what you had done has really triggered him, so he's definitely coming back. With that, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling. And finally, I am going to, oh my goodness, I am so I'm going to reach the 3 hour mark. So Madonna, I'll do a very quick channeling. So what is happening with you energetically is that, Madonna, your DM is just going through this state of, he's basically in his cave right now. So I feel that he's going through his activation and healing process right now, and hence why you are mirroring some of what he's feeling. So this is what's going on. I see a lot of blue, so there's definitely going to be energetic communication taking place between the both of you. With that, I hope, Madonna, you have enjoyed this channeling. With that, guys, I hope you guys have a great weekend. And Adriel says, thank you so much. A lot of weariness lately, but we'll do as you said. Thank you, and can't wait for us both to come out of this cage. Absolutely, Adriel. Absolutely. And Diana says, thank you so much, Vaish. As always, beautiful messages. You're most welcome, Diana. With that, guys, before I lose my voice totally, I hope you have enjoyed today's live. I think it was beautiful and magical. Again, I will highly recommend you guys to get the 13-1 portal healing. I still have spots available. Again, it goes for 13 days. So do think about that, and the spots are filling up fast. So with that, love you all, and I'll see you all next week. Take care and enjoy life to the fullest, and happy 2024.